wrapped around your soul with no control. You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. When I look behind, it's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. There's darkness for your friend. You get me till that's the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. There's darkness for your friend. You get me till the
What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with another post-match late night THFC rants. How's everybody at home doing? How's everybody at home? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. 2-2 draw at home against Liverpool today. Very good performance. Could have been better, though. Somehow feels like 2 points dropped. That's only because we dominated. Only because we dominated. And for those people in the comments, I've already seen it. You've already been waiting. The Kane Prem Tracker has been updated. 15 appearances. Oh, I messed up. That's not correct. 2 goals, 1 assist, 8 left to score. I missed a 1. Or did I do that to troll? No, I really did miss it. Anyway, hope you're doing well today. Hope you're doing well. Don't worry, D-Trix. I'll update that down below for you. And we'll get that rocking and rolling. Just want to welcome everybody to the stream and say thank you for watching the show. And hope we have a lot of fun people to talk to. Got a good friend sitting in the back right now who I'm going to bring on. Bring him on. You know him and you love him, but not as much as he loves you. We got Mari from that Spurs episode. He's here to tell you guys what you want to hear, and that is...
Oh, what's going on, man?
I'm content, happy.
Can you turn that down a little bit? Is that too loud?
Oh, it's good now. Happy. Content. Proud of the boys. We dropped 2 points. Sounds weird. Should have all 3, but the direction, it's good. It's great. And Conte, man, Conte is just. So Crackers put a post. It's like, would I trade Poch for Conte? Nope. And I'm of that same boat. Nope. All hope is in Conte.
Lagging out, or is that you lagging out?
I'm live.
What'd you say? You said trade Poch for Conte. What?
Crackers was saying on the last word of Spurs was like, would I trade Conte for Poch? And he said nope. And I said, okay. And I agree with him. Nope.
No, I wouldn't trade Conte for Poch.
Yeah.
No.
And I said, lastly, all hope is in Conte. This was the effect, minus the dropping points. So.
Yeah, that's true. Let's welcome. Let's get what the folks in here got to say. We got Dietrich Kane up here. Harry Kane, King of London, best number 10 world football. Will Stewart incoming hate. I got no hate for Kane. Well, that wouldn't be true. I do have some critiques on Harry Kane's performance today. Not that he was horrible. He was good today. But he should have had like a hat trick today.
Save for Sonny.
Only if Harry Kane can on those crosses can keep the ball on the floor, right? I for people who are playing, when a ball is coming across the face of goal at shin pad level, it's not an easy shot, right?
Yeah.
Not an easy shot. And Son still managed to get a couple of them on target, off balance. But there was that one Sonny was offside, so that wouldn't have counted anyway. But probably still should have finished it over Allison. You know what I mean? Offside or not, right? He didn't know he was offside. But Dele Alli, 2, missed a sitter, couple of sitters, I think. But
Allison barely touched it. I was shocked there was a corner because they were like, "Oh, what a great save by Allison." I'm like, "Wow, his pinky."
Well, yeah. I mean, there's different things. What's up, Jason? There's different things that I would look at that. Okay, For Dele Alli, and I'm getting a little bit critical, I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves, but we'll do it since you brought it up. But you got, when you're coming down the middle and the keeper's centered in between the sticks, right? Bottom corner far post is not where you want to go. I mean, that's the easiest. Yeah, you either want to hit it upper third. If you're going to go far post, you want to either hit it upper third. I mean, really what the key is just to open up your hips and then just put it, feint like you're going to kick it, like you're going to strike it far post, and you just, slam it to the near post home. I mean, that would have been, that's kind of striking 101. I mean.
Oh, 100%. But, there's also a guy there that's kind of lacking in confidence.
That's what I mean.
As a whole, I think the performance, he put in a good, 90 minutes for me. But he you can see there's a guy that desperately is lacking in confidence in that sort of, because you're 100% right, Will. He picked the wrong choice.
Yeah.
In that moment. Have you spoke about Winksy yet?
Not yet. No, we just got rolling.
Okay.
Let me turn my light up a little bit here.
But just as for me, leading into that game, that's a point gained. At the end of the game, that's 2 points lost for me.
Yeah, same.
Just putting that out there. But I'd have took a point at the beginning because I thought we were going to get.
Oh, me too. I actually called the 1-1 draw on my show. Well, we did a show Thursday or something like that, and then Ellie actually called a 2-2 draw.
There you go.
For me, it was there we go. Now it's working for some reason. That was weird. But yeah, it should have been like 5-1 at halftime.
Their keeper kept them in that game, let me tell you. He also gave us a goal as well, but he made some saves.
Yeah. But it's not like we really made it hard for him. A lot of the saves he had were kicked right at him. Harry Kane should have had a hat trick. Son could have had 2 easily. The 2 that came across goal that he couldn't get onto, I don't really blame him. Those balls need to be on the floor.
Someone needs to teach Royale how to cross a fucking football.
Yeah, and actually, this and that 765. Thanks for watching the show. Seems like you were right about Emerson. Well, he's pretty mediocre. Hey,
defensively, he's not terrible, but his crossing is just not.
It's horrendous. It's awful.
It's hit or miss.
He gets to the corner and he does nothing.
Right.
There's really no point in playing the ball to him.
It's either behind the beat, it's either behind where you want it, or he overkicks it, or he don't cross it at all. He plays it back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But on the other side, though,
my man of the match.
And we got Martin Sheridan here. Dietrich dances into the room. Dietrich needs to come onto the show if he wants to really get his licks, if we really want to have a discussion on it. But Mr. K is here. Hi everyone, great performance for our team. Can Conte keep them consistent? So far so good. We're still undefeated under Conte in the league, so
I was very much. Look, I'm no football expert, but it just looked like we had a plan and the players were behind the plan, and I'll take that compared to what we were looking like at the beginning of the season, getting touched up every damn game.
Yeah. But
Brian Davis says I'm giving it all to Session.
THFC Kierst is in the house. What's going on, Kierst? Hope you're doing well. David's here for Will's Chem Pem Trekker versus Dietrich's. It's there.
That sounded a good game. And it's good to see him have a good game as well. I'm not saying he lit the blue touch paper or nothing, but he had a decent game. And I'm glad we now have 2 competent players on that side, so there's actual legit competition for spots.
Yeah, that's the good thing. He was my man of the match. It was close between Winks and Session, but Session was my man of the match, and that's back-to-back games. He has grown in confidence. He has played well, and if we could have that then we know going into next season we have two people at that same position that we can trust.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And so, yeah.
See, I'd have given it to Winks, and I never thought I'd ever say that sentence.
But
Yeah, I would have given Winks man a match. It was my choice.
It was close. It was close. I just went with the Mo Salah because he was missing. I joked in the last. I don't know if Will wants me to sing a song, but it's a
Knock yourself out, man.
It's a popular song from Akon called "Locked Up." That's what Mo Salah was singing. I'm locked up. It won't let me out. They won't let me out because I'm locked up. Because that's what Seth did to him today. Locked him up.
That is what he did.
I also feel that part of Liverpool's plan was to make him stay out more.
He was everywhere. He was on the attack. He was there to catch up to Salah. He was everywhere. That's why.
Oh no, he had a good game.
Yeah,
no
and
doubt.
that's why I gave him the nod. It's because we were all worried about Salah, who's coming in hot, early player of the year, and he just neutralized him. It's like, Conte made some handcuffs and said, hey, look, Raisation, I need you to lock up Salah. And that's what he did. Because Salah, there was missing posters.
I mean, even Ndombele, like, the first 30, if you could repeat the first 35 minutes for 90 minutes, you'd have a hell of a player on your hands with Ndombele. Because for the first 35 minutes, he was about getting himself involved. Do you know what I mean? But, like, after that...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ndombele was pretty good for the first, 45, first half at least. But the second half, I mean, he needed to come off.
Coached him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
But man, I honestly though, I thought Winks had a pretty solid game.
Yeah, Winks was. I'm one of the biggest Winks haters. I mean, I'm up there, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. For this game, I was just like, wow, and I'm like, okay, perfect. January transfer windows coming up. Here you go, Newcastle, Everton. He's in form. Winks, here you go. 30
I'll
mil.
tell you
please,
what.
please.
Did you hear Conte talking about Winks?
Yes.
I don't think he's selling him, bud. I don't think he's going to sell him.
or he's upping him up to get the price raised. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
he's warming him. I'm hoping he's warming him up because I heard the comment, and I believe Coach. I put all trust in Coach, but I want to sell him. But whatever makes Conte happy. But maybe he's just like I said. Hey, Newcastle, did you see him today? Everton, did you see him?
Bumped another 10 million on his price. Honestly, though, man, it's amazing the difference an actual coach makes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, someone with half a clue.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a great... Someone with many, many clues. Like just a world-class fucking manager.
yeah, well, I mean, too. I mean, when you've accomplished things, the people that you're leading have more confidence in you as well, right? So, just even
100%.
by the nature of who you are, you're going to get a better turn out of some people than you would if you're a newbie, right? So, like if 2015 Poch were to come to this team right now, this team wouldn't play for him either, right? So.
No, because there's a lot of there is a lot of players in that team that thought they were better than they were.
Yeah. That is true. But Shamu brings up a great point that what is up with Klopp, dude? He has kind of become the Karen of the league, isn't he? He's whining all the time, just crying.
Where's the cheese, man? This guy whines so much. It's almost become classless. Like, dude, like, I'm glad you got the yellow.
Show some respect,
man.
I mean, he's lucky to come out of there with a point today. He should be happy. Not out there
I mean,
crying.
Don't get me wrong. Like, their dude should have been sent off. And Kane, like,
It was one-footed. I don't know if that's a red. I mean, just because you hit studs to shin pad doesn't necessarily make it a red, right? I mean, he was sliding for a ball. He was already sliding.
And you know what stops him getting a red? That player jumping. Because if that player had his foot planted, Kane would have been off. I guarantee.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fact that the player jumped means that he saw Kane coming in, right? So, I mean, Kane was already well on a slide before the guy, you know.
That said, that other player, mate, he cleaned Roy out. He had no intention of going for that.
I was so glad to see Robson go. I'm not a big fan of him, just because he's a bit cheeky what he does, and I didn't like the fact what he did to Messi and stuff like that in the Champions League, the whole head mushing, and so kind of think he's a little bit of a bully, and so I was kind of glad to see him go. I was like, get Robson out, get him out, you know. So
who's oh Jesus, who's the player that bounced off our defender in that little melee?
Oh, in the fight?
Yeah, like it's like dude's got no core strength because they sort of come together and he just like fucking bounced off him. I was like, oh come on. But yeah, no, that for me, like when he
Sanchez
first gave,
blocked into somebody.
Yeah, and the dude just like crumbled. I was like, get up, you woman.
I think it might have been like, what is it, like Kente or Canty or whatever.
Yeah,
that guy's name?
I was like, oh. And then was it the same dude later on? Like went down like he'd been like forearm smashed.
Yeah, when he just, I mean, he got elbow when he got hit by almost like by the wrist of.
Yeah, but it was like there was nothing malicious about that. But he was just like, and he got yellow for that.
And it's Regulon, who's like the smallest guy on our squad, right? It's, it's like, come on now.
Like,
come on now.
I don't think it was Regulon. I think it was what's his name, wasn't it?
I
Sessegnon, maybe before before Regulon came off. Yeah,
it was Cess, but like Cess ain't.
He's not much bigger.
He was just trying to play act.
The thing that gets me really so excited, and like normally with dropping points like this, I'm mad and frustrated. It comes back to Conte. You could tell that this is a guy who can, even with some of our players, we know the ability of our players, and as Will famously said, some of them are turds. But this guy, for the time being, can make them, you know, turn water into wine until we get to a transfer window and really get truly talented players. But you know, it's Conte, and this team, if Nuno was still here, this is not happening. This is not happening at all. It shows the class of who Conte is, and it's just
even a turd stops stinking after a while as long as you don't, you know, touch it.
Yeah. Like if you let that turd dry out in the sun.
Yeah. It'll stop stinking after a while. But then when you go to pick it up, you know, to move it or something, if you break that outer crust.
The soft inner core
starts. You know, you can dry out a turd, cause it to not stink, but you can't polish it. Not get ahead of ourselves.
Well, for the minute, I'll take what I'm seeing.
Oh no, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like again, before the game, I'd have took a point all day long. After the game, I'm like, man, we should have tonked them.
Yeah.
And they were there for that like ball behind all day.
Oh yeah, I mean, look,
because they were holding such a high line, weren't they?
Yeah. It really just makes me want to see. I really wish Van Dijk and Fabinho would have been fit.
Yeah.
Just to see. I mean, because all we got a point's a point. I mean, yeah, the rep of not losing is great, but in the table wise, I mean, is that 1 point going to make a difference at the end of the season? Maybe. But I would have really liked to seen you know, what we could have done against a full strength line. Because to be honest with you, we were cutting them open like a tin can.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is the people, we're not going to get, say it is Conte. Say Conte's got these guys firing now. We're not going to get respect for that now, right? It's just going to be no Fabinho, no, you know, Van Dijk, no Gomez.
True, but then look at the Tottenham team that was playing. That isn't a team that anyone would have picked.
Well, maybe the midfield too, and then Dele, you know, Mora instead of Dele. But I mean, Mora when he came on really didn't do a lot. I was actually hoping he was going to do
Bit more.
some stuff. He was kind of stuck on that left-hand side, and that's not really his forte, right? So
No, I agree with you, but I'm just saying, in terms of like them being missing 3 players, well, technically we were as well.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Now,
we only not missing because some of them came on at
yeah,
subs,
I think
but
that's like a COVID recovery endurance thing, isn't it?
that's kind of what David was saying too. You got to remember, Sonny and Emerson both were out with COVID and played full time.
Well, it depends how bad you got it. Because like it definitely like hits everyone different.
Why are people ripping Sonny apart? Because he has 7 goals in 15 appearances.
I don't know. People have just got short memories, and we didn't.
No, it's an agenda. It's an agenda, right? If it's Harry Kane who's on bad form, it's okay because it's Harry Kane. But if it's Son, right, and then if Harry Kane does bad, you gotta put Son down to make Kane feel better. I don't know why you got to put Son down in order to make yourself feel better about Harry Kane. Doesn't make sense to me.
Me either. A rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
do you know what I mean?
I mean, we gotta be thanking our lucky stars. With Harry Kane only gotten 2 goals all season in the Prem. If it wasn't for Son's 7 goals, we'd be bottom of the table. So, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Huh? Beggars can't be choosers. It's kind of fresh beat right
hell
here.
of an entertaining game, though.
That's kind of sharp right there. I like that one there. Make sure that's one I'm allowed to play, not okay, we're good. But let's see. We got Shamu Klopp is the biggest crybaby complaining about squad depth against a team slammed with COVID. That's true. Will Live.
What's he complaining about?
I don't know.
100. He wanted that game to go on. He made a big point about he wanted to play that game, and now he's complaining about squad depth.
Feliz Navidad.
Yep.
Indeed.
Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. We only got 6 days, right?
Yeah, I've
For
still got
Christmas.
to wrap all my presents. Looking forward to that fun time.
I'm just lucky I just give my kids cash. Like I got a few what I like to call like Christmas Day presents, and the rest of the time I just give them cash. So, that's how we go. 2 goals. Yep, I fixed that. I must be really far behind on the comments. Yeah, I am. Okay. Let's do this a little bit quicker. You didn't update it at all. I did update it. I put 15 appearances and 8 left to score. I just forgot the 2. Knew it. Marcelo. I didn't see Marcelo. Will's lagging. Talking Ball Collins joined the show.
What's up, Mr. Stewart? How's it going, man? And everyone else
Hello.
just joining in. So who's all here?
Good, man. Are you in a
Who's
hotel?
hosting? Yes, I am in a hotel. Is the internet terrible?
No, it's not bad. I was just like your background. I was like, is that a green screen or?
Yeah, nope. Hotel today. But yeah, who's all here? Who's the hosting and who's M?
That's
I'm
Jason.
Marcelo and
No, and then that's Mari.
oh, Mari, what's up, bro?
He's AFK right now, but There he
I
is.
got you.
I'm
Hey,
back.
what's up, dude? Hey, I just turned 30
Good.
today. I gotta like pit myself out for my birthday, but it's a pretty
Yeah, I saw
exciting
that,
thing,
saw
man.
that.
Just the
Happy
3-0.
birthday.
Yeah. So
P.S. Sun
hey-
wasn't better. Sun wasn't better than what? Sun was better than Kane today.
Son and Kane look great for once. They actually look like they maybe could get their chemistry back.
You mean Sun's 1v1 against Outlook, dude? Why do people gotta be like trashing Sun?
Right. What about Kane's 1v1 that he
Two
Literally.
1v1s.
all he had to do was chip Allison that one time. Just
Get two
kick it
1v1s.
anywhere but right at him. Hey, thanks, Mr. K, for the happy birthday. You're a good man.
Yeah, happy birthday.
My only beef with Sun was at the beginning of the game where he had a chance to give it out to, I forget who was out in the outlet, and I thought it was just one too many dribbles. It was even before Kane's goal. If I could look at the replay of the game, that was my only beef. I was like, come on, Sonny.
Yeah. And I mean, players like that though, I can forgive. It's like the players that have it in their locker to actually do something. I can kind of forgive them over dribbling and getting into trouble occasionally. It's not like he's Lucas and he does it every time he gets the ball. You know, like sometimes it comes off. So
Say, it's
Yeah.
the nature of the beast, though. Like when you do that, when you play that way, it doesn't always come off.
Yeah.
Unless
true.
you're Lucas, in which case 99% of the time it don't come off because he always tries to take on that one extra player that he
I know, and I ask everybody this. I'll ask you real quick. Do you think Lucas believes he's gonna take it past everybody and score by himself, or does he just not even have a plan that far ahead? Like I don't even know with him.
I
don't
think once he
know.
gets the ball on his feet, he kind of gets. I think he's one of those guys. If you ever met one of those people, when they get onto something, they just kind of get hyper, and they just get these kind of like these shields on. So it's like
blinkers.
Tunnel vision almost. Yeah.
he's like
he's blinkered.
he's got skills. He knows he has some technical ability, but it's like he gets the ball and he's like, ooh, like you can tell his chest rises.
He
and he's
thinks it's
like,
Amsterdam. He thinks it's that night in Amsterdam again, man. Like he's gonna, save the whole team by himself. He's gonna put the team on his back and Lionel Messi around like 7 people and
If he had the vision of Ericsson,
oh
just
my
to
god.
see a pass with his skill set and the vision of Ericsson, whoo,
Well, I mean, he'd be like a
What a
Messi-like player, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
he
Well, he
would.
was talked about him and Neymar came through together and they were compared for a long time. But then obviously
needs to-
Neymar was, worlds better.
Neymar's pretty selfish too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, he's not a very.
agree.
He just needs to stick his head up.
Neymar's
every
just
now
a
and
little
again
bit
and
better
see a
on the
really
ball.
obvious pass.
And it's really sad too that people were. I mean, like last year, there were a lot of times where people said that he was our best number 10, and I'm like, if that's true, which I would argue against just for reasons, but if that's true, then that's really sad. Like our best number 10 is like the least creative player on our team. You know what I mean? Like what the hell? I don't know. Just not a good look. Not a good look for Tottenham that their best number 10 is a player who can't pick a pass to save his life.
I'm just gonna go like, sorry for the guys in the comments. You guys have been throwing a bunch in there. I'm like way behind here. I'm never gonna make it through this.
I think it's everyone just telling me happy birthday. They love me.
This is your birthday song. This is your birthday song. It is not very long.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was beautiful.
You never heard that before?
No. This is nice. This is really good.
That's actually a song. Right. This
for-
is your birthday song. It is
Oh,
not very
dude,
long.
8 left to go. I'm really glad you're keeping the Kane tracker up, man. I was worried
Yeah.
that it would go away. He
Nope.
looked like he kind of wanted to get more than one goal, but he just
He should have had 3. He should have had a hat trick. And this is what I want to tell. This is what I want to tell folks. Okay. You guys are giving Sun crap about his offside 1-on-1 with Allison, right? That he should have scored. Agree. He should have put that away. But Harry Kane comes up 1-on-1 with Allison twice. One of the times he basically does the exact same thing where Allison slides in and takes it off his foot. Sun goes to the second time and does the exact same thing and scores. So, hey, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean it's the nature of the game. I mean, there's gonna be changes that to us, especially us watching, look like they were glaring misses. But I mean, those chances. It's
Read
in
the
football,
comments,
you know.
Cody Mac. Read the comments. I had it up on screen.
There's not that many chances created, and of course you're not going to put everyone away. And so the ones that go missing, you know, the chances that go missing, they're going to look bad to people that don't know this. That sounds bad, but like they don't know the sport that well. It's just part of it. I mean, people miss chances. If everyone made every like attempt, and it's just not. It's just not how the game goes. It's not how anything goes. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's like, look, I'm okay with people. I mean, obviously, in any topic that you're talking about, people have different levels of information. And like I said, I'm not an expert by any means, right? I'm not an expert by any means.
But you are, coach.
Well, I mean, I see the game from a different perspective because I have coached. I'm currently not a coach. Like, I don't coach currently. But I do look at the game differently than someone who just simply watches it for enjoyment, right? Someone who's played the game at a high level watches the game differently than somebody who hasn't, right? So that's why you get perspectives from different people, different types of perspectives. Me, I'm critical. Why? Because when I watch a game, even now, like with my kids' game, who had a pretty decent showing this weekend, by the way. We'll get into that later. But I watch it critically. I am criticizing.
Was this Paul that had a good game?
Yeah.
Nice job.
What should right? What goes well is what they should be doing, right? And it's the things that are falling short is where you're trying to improve. Maybe that's where like Stella and I get the bad rep of being negative because we're watching the game from a critical perspective, right? When it's your job to coach kids and tell them what not to do wrong the next time, you kind of get in that habit maybe of just watching the game from a critical perspective. I don't know. I was only a coach for like 2 or 3 years, right? So it's not, I don't have 10 years of experience like Stella does, right? And I coached, well, maybe at a similar level, grassroots. Yeah, Stella's
yeah, you never knew. I coached, but I didn't have any kind of. I mean, like never. But I mean, like I've coached very young children, like the age of like 5 up, and then like middle school. And for a while, it's like herding cats, and then after a while, you can actually get some tactics involved and get them, to where it's not just 22 kids or 20 kids chasing a ball. And
when I was in the military, I coached.
You're in the military. That's cool. That makes sense. Yeah. I get that now. I can see it.
So when I was in the Air Force, I coached youth soccer for two seasons. It was kind of like my community service outreach thing. And then too, once Paul started playing, I coached not only Paul but also Aiden. And I mean, there was one season. I want to say it was 18-19 season where I was literally coaching Paul, Aiden, and my youngest son all at the same time. That kind of burnt me out, and so I kind of stopped coaching after that. I probably shouldn't have done that. It was probably my bad, but my mistake. But yeah. But when we moved to North Carolina, I stopped coaching. But when we lived in Virginia,
I was muted. And I was trying to talk. My bad. No, that's cool though. That's around. Like it's really hard. It's hard to coach that age group. But then when I moved up and I coached a middle school team, and it was the middle school that I had attended. I went to a really small private school, but anyway, coached the middle school, and it was so fun. It was so cool to see these kids actually like taking in, some tactical stuff that we didn't get taught at that age. Really, it's just cool to see how the coaching is improving, and it's cool. Whenever I was a kid and I was being coached, it was nothing. I mean, there was really no tactics involved, and so.
But no, I mean that was the thing too. I used to like to, even when I was teaching U6, or was it U7? I don't remember. It was U6, U7. Wait, my son's 10 now. That would have been U8. Sorry. So U8, it's kind of like herding cats, like you said, right?
Yeah, definitely.
If they're not picking, dandelions off the field, you've had a good day.
Right.
But I actually found that those kids like to win, right? Even 8-year-olds like to win. 7 and 8-year-olds, they like to win. And if you can tell them, like if you give them motivation, we were playing keep away, so we're doing rondos, but I called it keep away, right? and they were competitive and they liked it. And I used to it was co-ed, so you would have like, you know, three little girls and 3 little boys on your team. You know, it was 5 aside or something like that. And you would literally just get, you know, so I had this one girl. She was like this, like the prettiest little princess you could imagine, right? But no joke, I gave her this kind of like false or this alter ego was the tiger. And she would growl. So she was really small and petite and she wasn't very physical. So I'm like, come on, you're a tiger. And I guess she liked that. So she would growl. She was like, "Rah!" And then she'd just go charging at people and take people's legs out. It was pretty funny.
You gotta tap into that. And you need, she was the Roy Keane of your team, huh?
Yeah. I mean, no joke.
The bruiser.
It was pretty funny.
Awesome. I played in a lot of, like, so when I was younger and we had you know, some like traveling club teams, a lot of it we would have, like, we would take, I come from a really, like, you know, not populated area, farm land in you know, Midwestern America, and we would poach the best players off the girls, like, traveling teams and be like, hey, there's literally no rules that say you can't be on our team, you want to be on our team. And you know what I mean? And it was yeah, like, we didn't have much coaching. It was all, I remember late in high school, this is actually kind of how I got into Spurs, but our coach, we got a new English teacher at our high school. He became our soccer coach, and he was a big Chelsea fan, and he would watch matches, and he would make us come and watch Premier League matches sometimes instead of having practice. And it was cool just to see, like, the patterns of play, and you know what I mean, and the triangles and just stuff that they would try to stress in practice. It's helped so much to see, you know, in action. But yeah, it's really sad, the lack of coaching that so many of us probably, I mean, if you're in my, like, age group, if you played soccer, it was probably pretty much the same for you. I mean, there was just, like, a lack of great coaching, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially in the grassroots level. I mean, once you get up into, like, high dollar travel soccer and stuff like that.
Right, yeah. And that's the thing, too, when it becomes so pay to play. One time we raised a bunch of money, and we had a guy from Derby County come out and do a little camp with us. And I learned more in that 2 weeks, man, than I had in, like, my whole life up until then. It's just crazy how much.
I hate that system, the pay to play system.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be kind of moving away from that, but who knows? I mean,
I have my opinions about that, but that'll be another show.
It limited me, you know, in a lot of ways. So
because we have so much talented players in the States who can play, but because of the pay to play system, they're either playing other sports like American football or basketball, or they're not playing at all. Especially here in Florida, where we have a large Hispanic community, a lot of Brazilians.
Dude, we're really like we have a really high Hispanic. I guess not. I mean, like, I'm from a farming area. We have a super high Hispanic population.
I'm telling you, those
pickup games are raw. That is
crazy. I'm talking about 16, 17-year-olds.
Me too, and I'm talking about people that, like, I play with no shoes on, that just, like, go against dudes with cleats.
And I'm like, dude, why are you not playing anywhere?
Right, they've got more talent than I've ever seen people.
They're either worried about being deported or just other issues. I'm talking about Colombians, Brazilians,
Josh, the Tottenham guy, my friend. Hey, sorry to interrupt you, Mari. I just want to say what's up to Josh. I haven't seen Josh in a minute.
What's up, then?
You just looked at him like 5 when you went off camera earlier. His face, Josh's face, is the one that.
Here, hold on, I'll do it again. Yeah, no, but
we share the same stream yard. That's all it is.
And I keep thinking it's Josh, and I'm just like, no, it's not Josh. It's Colin.
Well, I did wonder when I see the piggy.
Yeah, I'm like,
Colin, turn yours off. Turn yours off. Turn yours off. Which one's the real Josh? They will never know.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Do it again.
Oh, I like it over here. I'm not gonna lie. This is more my speed over here.
That's funny. You guys didn't know I could do that, did you?
You got a lot of power, man. I'm not gonna lie, but
you know what else? You know what else I can do? It's pretty funny.
What?
I can also make them disappear. They're still on the show.
Oh,
You can still hear them.
that's cool. I like that.
Oh,
Yeah. Hey, we can still hear Jason and Josh. You just
Not
can't see
missing a
him.
lot with
Dang,
me,
that's
so.
great. That's crazy.
Danny in the house.
What? Danny Kiriakou, what up, boy?
What's up?
Hey,
man?
I'll ask all you UK blokes what you think I should do. My trip on the 28th. I mean, as of now, we're still coming, but we'll see what happens. Close to tell, I guess.
Coming
If
to
every-
where?
London on the
Nice.
December 28th.
I would not waste your time. I'll be honest with you. I would not waste your time.
I know you were going to say that, but I want to hear.
Well, I mean, at the moment, these days leading up to Christmas, it's like Squid Games. It's like trying not to catch COVID. That's literally how it is at the moment.
I feel that. Is everything going to be closed, you think? Or is like the pubs
They're putting restrictions on pubs and stuff, man. Like everything's gonna be outdoors only.
it's cold. I don't like the cold. It's just like I already have the tickets. I already have the Airbnb. I already have, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if
Get on here, bunny
side.
boy. Get on here, bunny boy.
The
want
social
the-
side
the,
of it is probably not going to be great.
Yeah.
However,
Don't you have to
Sure,
like
you have to
sit
get
there
paid.
for 2 months or 2 weeks or something like that?
We
You're
got all the
quarantined?
testing stuff sorted. I got all that sorted. You just got to have a test before you go, a test when you get there. I get the results through the company I go through in like 10 hours or so. So we just chill out at the Airbnb.
have you got German
We'll be tired.
insurance?
Yeah, I do actually.
Well, I mean, if your trip gets cancelled, at least you have that.
Yeah, no, definitely. It got canceled the first time because of COVID. This is actually me trying to reschedule a previous trip. And I thought I was doing good, but I had to
That's
wait for
good.
school. I'm a student, and so Omicron kind of put a wrench in things. But I'm still going to come. I feel like I'm going to get COVID here if I don't get it there. So why not at least?
Well, don't run the risk, man, because you might not get Omicron like we have. We've got like literally over the weekend. We don't really know how many new cases we get, but tomorrow I'm expecting about 150,000 new cases.
Jesus. See, I mean,
Yeah,
it's all crazy.
You gotta think about how you're gonna come back, because I have an Australian mate who's coming here
Hold on.
to the States, but
Oh, the bun's coming on. Babe,
yeah,
Annie's coming on.
Oh.
Hey guys, this is my wife Beth. Has everyone met Beth yet? Hold on, the bun's in.
Yeah.
she's
Hello,
under
Beth.
the bun.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hi,
I didn't
Beth.
see her. She was hit by the bum.
Yeah, Beth,
She's
come
hit
back.
by the bun.
Everybody's hidden by the bun.
Hey
That's the
everybody,
problem.
this is Beth.
Hi, Beth.
Hey,
Hi,
Beth.
These are all my internet friends.
Yeah, we're
Hello,
real
internet
people,
friend,
I
wife.
believe you've spoken before.
Hello,
Yeah,
internet
friends,
friend
hey,
wife.
friends might be too
Friends.
strong of a term, but
Yeah, we're
I
friends.
know these guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spend the friend.
We call it the Spurs fam.
Exactly.
We met you, missus. Where are you?
Yeah, dude. I did pretty good. Right?
Yes.
I've lost my voice.
It
What are you
was-
screaming
Where
at?
are you
I
at the
I saw
match?
pictures of you after that Harry Kane goal.
Danny,
Man,
you was
were
at the
losing.
game, yeah?
Yeah, I was at the game today.
He
I'm
was,
at the
he
West
was
Ham
screaming-
game on
Okay.
Tuesday.
Were you with Ben or Sim screaming like a girl? You were holding him.
Oh, that was Sim screaming like a girl.
Danny,
I
like,
saw the picture. It looked like you were losing it, man.
I
So-
was going crazy.
being at the game, because I always feel like, I know when I used to like go, like you see a different game to what you do on the TV.
Oh yeah, you do.
How did
Definitely.
it feel being there? Because like
Winter
at
mode.
home, it felt like we were having a good game. Like
Oh, it was insane today.
Even
was
with the lack of possession, it felt good to me. You know, we just looked dangerous every time we were on the ball. Every time, and it seems like once Kane and Son get a little more like on each other's wavelengths, that a lot of those chances might turn into goals. Those, you know.
I have
those
no
hap-
idea who you're talking about, Kukuf Oi, but I'm fair with everybody.
Can I just say as well?
I'm gonna look up Spectrum Brothers if I've never heard of those guys.
I despise the Liverpool fan base now with an undying passion to the point I wish I never encountered them again.
Dude, hey, I hate them worse than
Whoa,
Arsenal
what
now.
happened?
Thank you, brother.
I don't like to play them like they're worse than Arsenal.
hold
for me
on,
now.
what happened?
What happened?
So
Yeah,
much
what-
bullshit.
Right, so put it this way. So let's
Bearing in
rewind
mind,
to
I
yesterday.
don't Twitter, so like.
Let's
just
rewind to
put that out
yesterday, right? So I was on a.
Where'd
I was
Danny
on a-
go?
Oh no, you disappeared him.
So yesterday I was on.
Power's gone to your head, Will.
No,
yesterday
he's
I was on-
actually left. the stream.
Oh
there.
really?
Go on, mate,
Yeah.
get it out.
Yeah, so yesterday I was on Grizz TV. So Grizz is one of the Big Six. He's part of the Big
Yeah.
Six podcast. And I was on his show doing a pump up for the Liverpool Tottenham game. He's obviously a Liverpool fan.
He's a solid guy, actually, from what I've seen of him.
His chat. Well, like, we're gonna pump these Spuds 4-0. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Fast forward to today, and we get that point. Every single one of those people on Twitter. Oh, we shouldn't have played this game.
Van Dijk was out. And
shut the fuck up. Jurgen Klopp wanted the game. You got outplayed off the field, or on the field, and off the field. Yep. Shut the fuck up. Take the result on the chin and be quiet.
Possession means nothing in a game like this. Conte had their number, man. Like we should have
scored like 5 goals today.
Yeah,
we should have won 4-1.
This Kane tracker should say like 6 left.
Inside the stadium is the best atmosphere I've had this season. I mean, I think
Dele Alli as well, man.
How's London?
We gotta do one at a time. It's hard to hear. The whole bottom row is just going at once.
I'm just like 4 voices.
Okay. In the ground, it's the best, and it's the best environment.
No, it was electric in there today. It was like majority of the game. It was insane. It was a really good atmosphere today. I think all the fans were like you could feel it. You could feel it in the stadium. Like you could feel that everyone was behind the team today, and everyone was. You could feel that there was something there. Like you could feel that we could get something from the game. Like, and I think it felt that the players felt that as well.
And no one cared about Dele's hair or his TikToks because he played a good football.
What? Right, Dele Alli played a good game, but I'm gonna say this about Dele Alli: he's still not good enough. I'm sorry, but
you for real think that? You know?
Yeah, 100%, mate. Do you know why?
All right,
I'll tell you why. Right? Yes, the thing is, right? What Dele Alli did today, he needs to be doing that consistently. Right?
Andy Robertson. That looks like Kieran, but it says Andy Robertson's.
Do you know what? It still wasn't good enough, right? He should that one where
Kane wasn't good enough today either, Danny.
He should have buried it, right? But
Kane too.
But the worst thing was Dele Alli's shit ball to Harry Kane when he got that ball, right? He shinned it. It came off his shin. I mean, you're literally 2-on-1 in a box, right? You either take the shot yourself, or if you're gonna pass it, fucking pass it properly.
Put it into space where he can.
That was my problem with Dele Alli today.
And that's how Kane excels. Like Kane doesn't have a particularly good first touch. He just lets the ball roll and adjusts his body.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't Kane play a shit ball into Son as well?
He did.
Yeah,
he
did.
Do you know what?
So what I'm saying is, Dele improved so much.
Yeah, but listen. I watched that ball to Harry Kane did, right? And I when I was there, I was like, everyone was like, why didn't he play it along the floor? Why did he not just pass it to Son? Right, but when you look at the highlights and you look at it again, the reason why he did that was because the defender had the better of him, right? So if he played it along the floor, the defender would have cut it out. The reason why he played it in the air, which is why I thought he was going to play it on the floor, he played it in the air, is to get it past the defender, right? Yeah, so it was the only option.
Wait, which one? First or second?
The first one. It was when we won up already, and we had the second chance.
I have to watch the replay.
It was that if you watch it closely. That's the reason why he put it in the air, not because of it was a better option.
It was the
only thing he could do to pop it done. Yeah, he couldn't play it along the floor because everyone was like, "Why did he do that? Why did he do that?"
What I also don't understand is why Ben Davies didn't have a thump. Why didn't try and bury it?
Yeah, no, right.
As well,
93rd minute or whatever.
It was. Danny, I think you're being a little unfair to Dele on that pass. I mean, I think that's just a matter of form. Poor form. Dude hasn't played. When he has, he's been bad. I mean, that ball, it drops in. He's got to strike. He's got to strike it first. Wait, hold on. He's got to strike it first time with just enough power on it so it gets to Kane before Alisson can get there, because he's already coming out of his goal, going to ground, trying to stop that pass from happening, because he read what was happening. So I mean, it's not as easy a play as it looks. I think. I mean, I agree that at this level you got to make the play, but when you're talking about a guy who's like been in terrible form for so long, I don't know. I think it's a little nitpicky.
Look, you have to, man, because look, why have we not won trophies in the last 5, 6, 10, 13 years, 15 years? It's because
there's a lot of reasons.
But listen. Look, you have to understand, right? It's the level of quality that we've lacked over years and years and years, right? look, I'm fed up of us not winning shit.
No, but
I'm fed up of us. But hold on, let me finish. I'm
sorry,
fed up, right? I'm fed up of us not being the team that's going to beat Liverpool. Like today, we deserve to win, right? And it was those moments from certain players today, not just Dele Alli, right? But it was those moments that cost us the game today, because Conte said it himself. If you listen to his post-match interview, he was spot on with what he said, with everything about the players, about the way we played, and about we should have killed the game and we should go home disappointed. And he's right. We should go home disappointed.
We should have been 3 before half.
No, yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. Absolutely.
It's what I'm saying is, right, Dele Alli has had chances this season. We can't sit here and say Dele Alli has not had chances. He has, right?
But you can't say he wasn't twice as good today as he's ever been this season.
Yeah, but listen, he's look, I'm not discrediting what he did. I've just said it myself. I said that today he's the best I've seen him play for a long time. But I'm saying he's got to do better in those situations, because if he doesn't get that touch back, that if that was Dele Alli under Poch in prime Poch era, he would have buried that goal and he would have passed that ball perfectly to Harry Kane, right? Because he can do it, right? But the problem is he hasn't been doing it, and whether or not he's gonna do it is another thing. But
it seems like he's on an upward trajectory, my man. Like he seems like he's moving up right now.
You can't say that. No, Colin, man. It's one game.
Early.
You can't say that.
Danny, I just want to say, I agree with everything you said there. I was just saying, in the context of how Dele has been, like, I wouldn't expect him to make that play. But at the same time, he should,
I agree.
because of he's in the team and it's in the game. I agree completely.
And we've seen
you know,
him do
I agree with that.
I've been a big Dele hater, and I think that I've been wanting to sell Dele for a couple years now, and did today change my opinion? Absolutely not. You cannot give me one good game against Liverpool, which, like, anybody and their mum can get up for, to go play against one of the best teams in the world. It's easy to do that. Show me that when you're.
I would like to have whatever you're on.
Show
today.
me.
You're right. Yeah.
Show me that Burnley away. To show me,
it's true.
Am I loud? Is it? It might just be my mic.
No, he's not.
No. Okay, good.
No, yeah,
So,
I agree. It's consistency.
I just don't agree with what you're saying.
Here's the question, right? So, I just looked at one of the comments, right? So you have players who are deadwood, who are starting to shine, and okay, it's time to sell them when January comes, right? So, for example, Session, right, who's barely played, made of glass, has had 2 back-to-back games, my man of the match. Would you consider him deadwood to get rid of? Or
how can you say that about someone like him? He's 21 years old. How can you say that about him? He's 21 years old.
Then how can you? Okay.
No. I'm not saying that.
He's just posing the question.
I'm just posing.
Anyone that says Sessignon is deadwood, he's 21 years old.
He hasn't even played, man.
Yes,
he went on loan last season.
We're on agreement. Okay.
Can I say something, Murray? I'm saying this now, right? Sessignon is going to be better than Reguilon. I am saying this right now. I'm saying.
Will you go on record saying you don't think Dele is going to make it at Spurs?
I don't think he's going to make it at Spurs.
That's a bit of a hot take.
I went back and looked at this afternoon at the Fulham clips, because I've been on a high of Session and I've been very highly critical. And I'm like, Conte is the coach that will make him. 100%. Conte is the coach to make him formidable.
It seems like I think Dele is
do you know why? Do you know why I said that about
Sessignon? He gives players a role. He gives them a role to follow.
I'm not finished. And I looked at the Fulham tape, and I was just like, that's the reason why we got him. And I was like, if Conte does that, and we've seen the last 2 games, I mean, that is better for us and better for Reguilon, because now we have competition. We will be solidified on that side. And that's and like you said, Josh, he's 21. I don't even consider him deadwood. Because I heard someone else say, well, we still need to get rid of. I'm like, why get rid of Session? He's young. We haven't seen the best. What can he do? And so, yeah,
I agree, Murray. And I think with Sessignon, why I think that if he stays injury free, right, and he doesn't get injured, I think he's got a much higher ceiling than someone like Reguilon, right? And I like Reguilon, but I think defensively, I think Sessegnon can be better. But do you know why? It's because he's stronger and he's aggressive. I saw aggressiveness today. I saw
a lot of like getting in people's faces after the tackle.
I saw his willingness to drive at people in the opposition half, right? Which Reguilon doesn't do enough of. Now Reguilon's got a brilliant cross. Don't get me wrong. He's got but he doesn't drive at people.
Nice cutback.
I don't know, Danny.
No.
Sessegnon was fighting.
I just want to say
he was fighting on the attack.
I don't want to cut over anybody, but I want to say this really fast. Dele did stuff I haven't seen him do forever. He hasn't made those late runs into the box. There was a couple of times where he came completely unmarked into the box later than everybody. Like that was his trademark. Those were how he scored goals. He almost had one, and I haven't seen him doing it. And so the fact that he did that today to me is a huge improvement. If he keeps doing that, that's what that man is. So I think Conte is giving him a role. Like Conte, like how he's made Ben Davis good. If Conte can make Ben Davis good, then he can make Dele look good.
Yeah, but do you know why? Do you know why Dele Alli was playing the way he was playing today? Because Liverpool were playing because Liverpool were playing a high line, right? And it was giving and the defenders were pinpointing crosses, and they were playing balls like Toby Alderweireld was like back in the day, and Jan Vertonghen.
But Dele was good, and no one was calling for Dele.
And they were running onto these balls, right? And Dele did it time and time again today. But when you come up against a team that's going to sit back, right, like a Burnley or like someone like who's going to sit.
But can we not have players where it's like they have their roles, but he's not good against Burnley?
Yeah, but listen,
you know what I mean? Though you gotta have a deep bench.
Yeah, but how many?
You gotta have players who the right game.
They have a high line.
We can't have players.
All right. Hold on a second. I have to bring a level of calmness to the madness right now, just for a sec, just level head. Okay, I'm just gonna make a few comments. First of all, Bryce, no, Brian Hill's not Deadwood. He hasn't even played yet, and he probably won't play because he's garbage. No,
stop trying to trigger Will, Bryce.
But on the actual topic that we're talking about now, okay, look, we've had these players. Okay, if there's a player who's been in the squad 4 or 5 years, right, and we know their good sides and their bad sides, right? It's just like a girlfriend, right? It's just like a girl. If you're dating this girl and she's crazy all the time, she's going to be crazy all the time. There's no getting better, right? Crazy is just crazy, okay? So we have to be real here. If our Deadwood, that's what we're talking about, right? Deadwood. If they're playing well, that's good. Why? That means we can sell them for more than we would have a week ago, right? But that's it. But we do not because Antonio Conte is not going to be here forever. So we have to get rid of the dross and getting players that can play under any manager.
Yeah.
Right. See, this is
true.
the
No,
thing.
That's my
point.
Now continue.
Can I just say one more thing as well? Actually,
go ahead.
So I think right, and I hated saying this today, but I think Harry Winks was man of the match today. He was
I
phenomenal.
said the same thing.
You think that Harry? But wait though, you have problems with the way
Colin,
Dele played, but you're happy with the way Winks played?
Listen, the difference of how they played. Winks I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him play forward passes the way he did today, right? And he literally, I counted, he made one mistaken pass, one sloppy pass the whole game. He was great, Winks, bro. That is unbelievable.
More than that, dude. There was a couple.
I won't argue that. I won't argue that. I'll tell you. I saw Winks and Dele play like they both used to play. And I don't think you can deny that. They both went back to roles that were similar to
Winks
their
was
old
playing
roles.
even better than he used to play. He was
you don't
playing
think
forward
you don't think he played that good in that
like
Madrid? The Madrid match, that's what he looked like to me. Like he was bossing the midfield versus Madrid.
This is the thing. This is the thing, right? Harry Winks, if you can get him to play the Conte style of football, could be absolutely crucial to how we play. Right? He's not a holding midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder. If you can get him,
he was playing number 6 today. What are you talking about?
No, he plays in the centre defensive role like he did with Ndombele, right? If he plays forward, he plays forward football, not holding football, which is what you want from someone like him. We were
playing a 3-5-2, and he was the holding midfielder.
Yeah, but he was still playing forward as a holding midfielder and still playing forward.
Hey, Will, I was just telling my wife, you've got your show format figured out, bro. You've got us all like just angry enough about our points to like fight for them. I don't know. You got this figured out. Are you Mari?
Am I Mari?
Top two on Dele Alli.
Mari's over here.
No, Maripovic. You know what I mean?
Oh, Murray.
Oh,
Murray.
That word.
Touching on Dele Alli.
Murray.
Touching on Dele Alli. Dele Alli I mean, yes, he had a good game today, but I'll say the same about every single player on that pitch. Consistency is key.
Okay.
I want to see how if Dele Alli gets to play.
But he can't have consistency if he doesn't play.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I want to see him play against West Ham. I want to see him play against Southampton. I want to see him play against Watford. Only then can I make a justified decision on what I want to happen to the guy. If we choose to send him out on loan, the one team I want him to go to is Brighton and Hove Albion, and it isn't because it's Brighton. It's because it's Graham Potter. It's all psych. If you can psych Dele Alli out,
Graham Potter is the man.
Yeah, he's a sports psychologist.
He's got a master's.
Hold on. So I just want to comment on this whole Dele Wings thing. Okay, so for one thing, the reason why they were both so good today is because Conte changed the formation to the 3-5-2. If Dele
what does that have to do with anything?
I'll tell you. I'm about to tell you. So Dele and Winks both are absolutely useless in a two-man midfield. Neither of them can play in a two-man midfield. No one's arguing with that. Okay, but here's the thing. We need players that are more versatile than to only be able to play in one specific role, one specific way. If you want to compete for top four with these other big clubs, but at the same time you don't have the money to have the size.
Hold on, let me finish.
Let me finish. If you want to compete with these top four clubs, but you don't have the money to have a squad the size of Chelsea or Man U or these other teams where they can just have more players that fit all the different roles that they could possibly want to play with, then you need to have versatile players. Dele and Winks are extremely limited. In certain areas, they excel far beyond average players, but in other areas, they fall far below the average, and that's the problem.
I would agree.
If you're not changing the formation to constantly cater to their abilities, well, but that's the problem. Though, is you can't always play that way. You can't always play in a way that benefits those players.
I'm not completely. I'm really not completely.
Sometimes the players have to adjust to the game plan for the opposition. That's just how it is. And like
we know, Dele is a luxury player, but I think he's one that's worth having. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think players like Dele whose main attribute is arriving late in the box. I don't think players like that are even useful in modern football anymore. I think football is changing.
Except for how many times did he come up unmarked in the game today? How can you say that's not useful?
Yeah, but that's because they played such a high line. Yeah, how many teams play a line that high?
Colin, what was the score today? Hold on. What was the score today?
What was the score today? Yeah, 2-2.
Yeah, we didn't win.
Right. But we haven't won. This is not the first match we haven't won under Conte against worse teams, bro.
We should have won. We didn't.
Yeah.
Everton was the first.
They're going to go missing, my man.
On the pitch every single still not good enough. It's as simple as that. They're still not good enough.
Every chance to be buried. I'm not.
Dele played against Mura, so that's a bad example.
Oh, I didn't see the Murray example, but I was just saying that.
I mean, because you said that's not the first game that we haven't won under Conte, right? So I was like, if you're going to use Mura as an example, Dele played, right?
I wasn't trying to start. No, I wasn't. I was saying in the Premier League. I was speaking in the Premier League. My bad.
The facts are this: there isn't a single player in our team, and I mean this, that I wouldn't swap for a better player.
Yeah, Kane I agree. I guess I'm just arguing that Dele played so much better today than he has in
I would never give up Son.
Against City, hold on.
I'd get rid of Son for him.
I thought Dele played better against City than he did today.
First match of the season, you mean?
I actually agree with that.
I honestly probably can't remember that far back. But he played amazingly today. He started looking like old Dele.
Not amazing.
He looked angry. He was willing to get stuck in. He looked like he had that chip on his shoulder that made him prime Dele, and that was exciting.
There are other players in the Premier League who, given the license that Dele had today to get forward to eat up all this space that he was afforded because Liverpool were focusing on pressing our more dangerous players. I think there are plenty of other midfielders in the Premier League who could have done what Dele did today and better, and probably scored or gotten an assist.
Now we've had some punditry. I have to say it correctly, otherwise people will laugh at me in the comments. But let's look here at just some facts about it a little bit. So these are the scores that the SofaSource given everybody on the day, right? And but just looking at Delhi here, he actually gave the ball away one less time than Winks did.
It's almost like he had a good game, but no one wants to admit it because he has weird hair and he makes.
What are you saying? He
No one said
Oh, come on.
I don't think there was one person. I don't think.
No. Go ahead. Go, Josh.
I don't think anyone on that from our starting 11 today had a bad game.
No,
I don't think not one person had a bad game.
Ndombele.
If you're gonna be critical, it's on Ndombele because he made one amazing touch and did fucking
and
for the rest of the game.
assist.
Yeah,
He had
he
an
lost
assist,
every single ball every single time.
But Colin, that wasn't the Dele played good, but that wasn't even the Pochettino Dele Alli. I'm gonna be honest there. That wasn't even the close. Best. It was good enough to shop him in January. That it was good enough to shop him in January. But
do you think he's up to?
He was one of our best players on the pitch by a wide margin. One of our best.
No, he wasn't. No, he was not. Do you think Dele Alli is up tooling? Do you think Dele Alli is up tooling to get a move out of club in January?
Hopefully.
Maybe. What?
Maybe.
Let me get this Harry Kane.
Do you think he's upscaling? Do you think he's up tooling to get a move away from Tottenham?
No, I think
he's a young man that's like kind of fucked up in the head. No, I think that he's got a weak mentality, and I think that he's like working on it.
You just said it. Weak mentality. I don't want him in my team. Weak mentality.
Fair, but you can't deny that his skills are there. You can't deny that his skills.
Colin,
of course you can't deny his skills.
Colin, when was the last time he did this, man? Three years ago. He's been riding this wave for 3 fucking years. I've had enough of it, man.
I mean, everyone just said he did it against City.
It's kind of like Colin, and I'm not trying to be insulting, but it almost kind of seems like you got a little bit of that, like the girl who's dating the guy that punches her. It's like, he promised me he wouldn't do it this time.
He said he was done punching me. Yeah. No, I get that. I can see. I watched the game. I watched how many times.
He didn't hit me today.
I watched the amount of times the ball ends up in the corner flag. Dele's up at the top of the box, completely unmarked. Like I see his role. It's not. You're right. It's not a very utilized role in football these days. It's something that's dying out.
It's not even that it's not utilized. It's that he will give you a game, and you'll be like, is he back? And then the next game he'll go out there and
show us what Dele Alli's about.
Yeah.
Can you admit that he'll probably end up going somewhere else, going to a younger, not younger,
good
but
for
a worse team, and then eventually shining because he'll have to reprove himself
if that's
again.
what it takes for him to be a better Dele, then good for him.
Yeah,
I agree with Josh. I need to see him play more than one game like that.
Yeah, he has to. He
needs to. 4 games.
Josh, do you know what as well, right? Do you know what? Dele Alli, he played well for like 5 or 6 games under Jose when he first came in. Remember, he scored like 4 goals in 5 games. And then after that, he was gone.
Missing.
He was gone.
Yeah, he went missing. And this is the thing, Colin. He does this all the time. Unless he can keep that consistency for a whole season, right? Then for me, I want him gone because
to me he's a bit part player.
Money for
as
him.
bad as that sounds, okay, but you have to admit he's got his like times where he's useful. There's definitely times where if you play him, I think he's a player that needs to be subbed out. I think he gets figured out part of the way through the match, and then if you could put another player on in his place, say like a Lucas or someone.
No, hold on. Let me say this. Dele, you can't do that with Dele. If you start subbing Dele out, he'll start bitching.
Yeah,
his head will go down, and you'll lose him.
And
so you can't play Dele like that.
The relationship is toxic. It's not saying that he's not gonna flourish with another team. It's just that in life you have an expiration. I can't date you anymore. You may find a new boyfriend and he is perfect for you, and I may find a new girlfriend who's perfect for me. And for Dele, it's time
Dele's the girlfriend in this.
You're talking about.
It's time for him to move on, and if he does great with PSG or Newcastle, that's great. But there's times in life where you just have to cut the cord.
And as a fan of Dele, I would rather see him go to Newcastle because then I can just watch the highlights of when he does good stuff and not have to put up with all the BS that comes along with it.
But you don't think having a player like him, like he wasn't bitching about being on the bench until now, and he came on the bench today whenever we had players out due to COVID, and the lineup was completely jacked, right? And he comes into the starting 11 and he plays well, and I just don't know what else we really expect. Our bench play, you know, like we need that player
to do that every week.
But he doesn't play. He doesn't play every week. But Will, he doesn't play.
He would if he played every week.
Colin,
he'd be playing every week.
That toxic relationship with the abusive boyfriend. You are literally saying he's a nice guy once you get to know him. No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
He needs to be consistently good every week, right?
Besides that, guys,
is Kane the golden boy? Is he completely good every week?
No, Kane hasn't been good at all this season. What are you talking about?
So I'm just saying. So it's just weird for me that we see. I guess it's just weird for me to single out any one player then.
Well,
and be like,
you're not going to hear that out of me.
So I can say any of these players need to go.
You replace him for Kane.
It's called credit in the bank, dude. Credit in the bank. Kane has it. Dele doesn't. He doesn't have any.
This is where I disagree. This is where I disagree.
Dele's got credit in the bank.
I disagree. His score record from 3 years ago isn't going to help us do anything now. Right? He needs to play now. We're not trying to win the Premier League trophy from 2019, are we? No, we're trying to contend for top 4 this season. He needs to be consistent this season. The way he played today, I want to see that.
Who plays ahead of him in the squad right now? Who plays ahead of him in the squad right now?
No one, and that's the problem. There's no competition.
That's part of the problem. Yeah, I mean, I would.
I'm just saying. We're the way he with the way that.
Yeah,
but with the way that Dele played today, it's almost hard to bench him.
He wasn't even great today.
No, man, he wasn't that good. But you can bench him.
He was good. He was good. It was better. It was much better from Dele. Like I said, Colin, it's the best I've seen him in a long time. But it's still not. He still needs to do more. He needs to do more.
I thought Ndombele was better than Dele in the first half.
You know why this performance? Why you know why the performance of some of these deadwoods is important?
In the first half.
Because of the next upcoming games, Conte is gonna have to have some players unfortunately play, so it's a good sign that these players are going to be able. Now, Dele Alli is not going to have to. He's going to get minutes against Watford, against Southampton. Yeah, it will be a better option. So we needed that to happen, and I think that's the good thing that the Winks and the Ali's playing. Yeah, because it's going to help with the next couple of games. But don't get it twisted. It's still okay. We need to get better players in.
It's just weird. It's just weird how we play. We play the team that's arguably one of the best 2 teams in the league, right? We play them, we hold our own, and then the players that did that, we're like, oh, but it was against Liverpool. Like, of course they did it against the best team.
Yeah, but
it seems like there would be an argument. It just seems like no matter how good he played, there would be an argument to make against it.
Well, the argument
was right twice a day.
Colin,
the argument is that it's both tactical on the part of Liverpool's tactical choices to high press and focus on double pressing Kane and Son whenever possible, and then also on the fact that yes, I do believe that Dele, a player like him, would mentally be more ready to get up and give his best for a game under the lights against Liverpool at home on TV.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because if you look at Dele, and if his 2 best performances this season, I agree. Ndombele needs to go as well. If you look at Dele this season, his 2 best performances are against City and Liverpool, right? Yeah. I mean, so there is some plausibility to the theory that he played well today because it's Liverpool.
But what does that tell you, Colin? That tells me that his mentality is fucking dog shit, because when it comes to the nitty gritty and the games you need to go and win, right? He doesn't want to perform because he thinks, oh, it's just this team or it's just that team.
Because he posted TikToks and
I guess here's where I'm at. I guess here's where I'm at, bro. I just don't know who comes into the team, who from the U23s comes in, or who
no one. No, we have to buy someone. No one. You have to buy better.
I've got a question, guys.
All I see is Dele getting better, so I'm acknowledging that.
Okay, right. In terms of consistency, would you guys be happy with keeping the same back three until the end of the season, or do you think we need to get another centre back in?
No,
I think Sanchez needs to go.
No. I'm not talking about.
Before.
I'm not talking about benching Romero. I'm saying, would you be happy with the likes of Ben Davis or Davinson Sanchez starting?
Ben Davis, I didn't think was good today.
Ben Davis is fine.
I
didn't think Ben Davis was good today at all.
Listen.
I wouldn't be happy with it, but I just don't think there's any chance we can sign a quality. Sofa
agrees.
Center back in January.
I know, but Sofa doesn't know. I mean, like this isn't like the end all be all of rating players. Like I know that there's their metrics and that
it's statistically accurate. It may not be the end all be all, but I mean, what did Ben Davies do today? Besides,
he didn't get skinned by Mo Salah any times, even though he was playing.
He did.
Everyone always said he didn't. Everyone always said it was
ground duels.
He did.
Ground duels, 6 ground duels, 1 out of 6 he won. That's the stat. He didn't get skinned completely, no, but he's still not actually.
People don't understand that people are limited as players. Who are we going to sign? I just want to know what people think.
Look,
well, that's the thing. We can't sign anybody in January to replace any of our 3 center backs.
It doesn't matter who we
sign. Back in January.
It doesn't matter who we sign. It's what we sign.
Yeah.
We want to sign a world-class player. It doesn't matter who that player is. It has to be a world-class player.
Yeah,
Conte is the bomb.
I'm not disagreeing.
Either way,
I'd rather sign one world-class player than 3 fucking average players.
Hell yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is the positive of what we have. The fact that they're getting better under Conte, the fact that I don't think that Levy and co are going to spend, and so I'm just trying to see the shining light that really is our team of quote unquote mediocre players getting better week under week with Conte, and I think that should be visible to anyone.
Yes, we see
there's
that.
a ceiling they're going to hit very soon.
There's a ceiling that they're going to hit, and Conte is still going to go shopping. That's why he came. To go shopping.
Look,
if he's not going shopping, February 1st is bye-bye. If he's not being back, he wants to go shopping.
Murray? Do you know what? To all Spurs fans, right? If you can't see this, then I don't know what you're watching, right? But what Conte is doing is he's utilizing the squad as best as he can until he can get the better players in, and whether that's going to be January and the summer,
water to wine.
Yeah, it's gonna be over the next couple of transfer windows until he gets the team he really wants, right? But he's gonna use what he's got. He's gonna try and balance the team out when he can get players in. So in January, if he can only get 2 players in, he'll try and balance it out a bit more. Then in the summer, try and balance it out a bit more, and then if he needs to again, if he hasn't done already, he'll do it again in the next January. But until he gets his exact team, right, he's just going to use what he has, and I guarantee you Ben Davis, Davinson Sanchez, Harry Winks, Dele Alli will all be out of team because he's going to have better players than them. Some of them still might be there, some of them might not, but end of the day, they're going to be replaced because he needs better. Dyer might stay there because the way he's playing at the moment, he's playing brilliantly, and I have to give
Dyer's
credit where credit's due,
good.
right? He's Dyer with Romero and one more world class, like maybe left centre back, who's left footed. We can have like a young Vertonghen. Who knows? I don't know who's out there, but there's a lot of players like a Bastoni or Sven Botman or whoever. There's a lot of players out there who can play that role.
I'm going to be controversial here.
No, not you, Josh.
Go ahead.
Not me. Controversial opinion, right? Emerson Royal needs to go out on loan somewhere and stay away from being the first choice right winger.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
We don't have anybody else.
No.
Bring someone in.
I was speaking to Simeon today, right, when we were at the game, and we were saying Emerson Royal, he's very raw. I've been saying this since I've seen him, right, and I like the player a lot, but Conte is going to be the man who's going to coach him how to play better, and he can't go online.
Needs to do it quick.
Conte needs to coach him. No, but he's going to get better under Conte. A lot of the players are going to get better under Conte, and I believe he will be one of them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like literally probably the 7th time this season that I've seen him make a cross that is about 5 yards behind everyone in the box.
Yeah.
He needs to work on it. He needs to work on his crossing, dude. All
right. Here's another.
You shouldn't let him go home until he's made go stick a trash can on the penalty spot. He has to cross it in there.
What did I miss?
100 times.
Do that. Yeah, it's true.
What I miss?
All right. Here's another controversial one.
Nothing.
Out of all the players that we consider, deadwood players we need to get out, I think there's one player that Conte. I'm not saying that all of the, all the others are definitely going to leave. Some of them might stay, but there's only one who I think will excel under Conte. And I can't believe it, but I think it's Harry Winks. I think he will make him that deep lying. I think he will make him that deep lying playmaker out of the 3-5-2.
If Winks can play the ball mostly first time, first time play the ball. If he has time to think about it, he fucks it up. But if he plays the ball pretty quick, then it's not so bad.
If that's the case, who do you drop out of Højbjerg and Skip? Who do you drop out of those two?
Skip right now, Højbjerg
right now.
Well, yeah, sorry, Højbjerg
and Skip.
No, Skip right now. I think Højbjerg plays better than Skip as a destroyer, and then eventually you face Skip in for Højbjerg.
So look, but hold on, I got to jump in here. I got to jump here and interrupt for just a second.
Please do.
Today we finally saw a 3-5-2, right? Which is what I've been screaming for like the last year, right?
Yep.
Now, if you guys saw how this formation plays out today, and you saw the Son and Kane like making runs into that whole thing up at the top, right? Now imagine that being Kane and Vlahovic, Son playing where Dele played, right? Somebody sitting in that 6, and then like a McKinney playing where Ndombele played, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be fire. Right?
Sounds
take
like
what we saw today.
The only
No,
thing
he's
is,
fast.
That's what I thought.
He has
The
the best movement. If you watch Florentino play,
That's what I thought.
his movement is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's
I'm looking at it.
brilliant.
Yeah.
So
There's a
He's
reason
faster
why.
than Kane.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. That's not much of a bar to get past, is it?
No.
Kane is no
Okay.
speedster these days.
So one thing on the 3-5-2 though, that 6 in Conte's 3-5-2 has to be somebody who can play very nice passes quickly, straight to where they need to go. So it's not just a traditional defensive midfielder. So I don't think that
It's almost a Modric type recycler.
I don't think Højbjerg fits that role, so I don't think he would play there. I think it would be Skip. Out of the players we have now, I think only Winks and
Skip and Winks, maybe.
Skip is like a better wing.
I'm saying this now. Højbjerg's going to become a squad player under Conte.
Unfortunately, I think that's true.
And that's okay. Anybody becoming a squad player is fine.
But what I like, the fact is that if he does become a squad player, we're going to have a good option on the bench rather than a fucking shit option.
Absolutely.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say on Wednesday on the Love Lounge. I said, bring in a player like Kessie or Bravich or whoever. It brings competition. It brings depth that we don't have. And I said,
you're 100%. I have no problem with anybody being a backup or a bench or a rotation player because, like having Lucas be able to come in today. They played against him perfectly, by the way. Liverpool knew to give him some space and not to mark him tightly. But having players like that can come off the bench fresh and offer a different dimension, like that's how you win games. I mean, like that. Origi, how many goals has that dude come in and scored last minute? So having plans, to come off the bench.
Or for my Canadian friends, we could do Jonathan David and Kane pairing up top. Do you know what annoyed me today?
I honestly think that's a more realistic.
But Vlahovic has got to be top priority.
Here's one thing we can have a bit of discussion about. I don't think there's any chance we get Vlahovic at this point. I think his value is over the top now. I think his value is too high, and I think
who's in for him?
Honestly, he's.
Who's in for him? Man City.
City hasn't even put in an offer for him. All they did was ask for information.
They will in the summer. They will in the summer. I guarantee it.
He'll go in January. He's not going to be there till summer.
I think he will. City can put in a big bid for him because they're going to hit financial fair.
I'll tell you who is putting a big bid in for him. Newcastle.
Yeah, but he's not going to Newcastle.
He won't go Newcastle.
Listen. There are rumours speculating right now, and I've got from multiple sources that Newcastle have made a formal offer of €100 million for Vlahovic.
But he's going to the club. He's not going to.
He's not going to go there and fight in the relegation battle.
Yeah. Well, he'll be in the championship.
I'm going to leave Florentina in 5th and go play in the championship next season. That's going to be that's a good idea.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But
if Tottenham come in and pay the money, right, what they want, he's coming to Tottenham. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But if they go in there and pay €80 million, he's coming to Tottenham.
Yeah,
why?
I'm not saying he'll
It'd be
go.
dumb not to.
I would do it.
Daniel Levy will piss himself when he sees that 80
That's a
million price tag.
ginormous if.
Yeah,
I'm not
We paid
saying that he
60
will go
we
to
paid
But we
60
were
we paid
prepared to
60
pay
for-
90 million in the summer for someone.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Martinez, yeah.
We offered 95,
And we paid 60
and
we paid 60
we
for
played
Ndombele.
65 million pounds for Ndombele's dumbass.
That's why. That's
I
the
think
only
okay,
thing.
so
The only
I
thing
think
that
we
makes.
offered.
Oh, go on.
Go ahead,
go on.
Danny.
No, you go. I'll
Oh,
go
I
after
was
you.
I was just gonna say I think the only reason we offered 95 for Lautaro Martinez was assuming that Kane was going to be sold to City. I don't think that deal goes through with Kane still at the club. I mean, I think it was going to be okay. You know, we're at decision point. Are we going to sell Kane? And if we do, this is what
I don't
we
think
do.
there was. I don't think Daniel Levy even thought about letting him go. To be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
I don't
I don't
think
even
so
think it crossed his mind.
because if you look at Lautaro Martinez, right, and don't forget Conte managed him. I know Conte wasn't the manager then, but if you look at him, he can't play by himself up top the way we were playing, right? And Nuno would never have been able to have played Lautaro Martinez as a number 9 by himself. He plays as two up top, right?
I actually think Nuno could have, just because the 4-3-3 that Nuno played was kind of
it's not.
It was
that.
a really
It's
narrow.
it's
it's
the
because
style of play
everybody's
that Martinez plays. He can't hold up the ball like, say, a Vlahovic.
But
or
he
Kane
doesn't.
can,
But
for
in that
example.
4-3-3 that Nuno was playing, he doesn't have to. Remember the first couple games when Kane wasn't playing, with Son up top in the middle, it was a fluid 3.
We've looked like that. We've looked at it like that
rotating
over any
and
manager.
I agree.
Any manager we've had where we played Kane as Son as our focal point has looked like that. It's fluid, it's moving. Our attacking players are interchanging.
The problem right now is with Newcastle, with the money that they have.
Who is Skamamakakakaka?
I don't know about that guy. But
Sassuolo.
I'm not saying. I'm not
Who?
saying.
Swallow.
Sassuolo. He's rumored that they're saying I can't remember who it was, Calcia Mercado or whatever that. They rumored that we're looking at him as an option since we can't get Vlahovic.
Why can't we get Vlahovic?
Because Levy won't spend the money. I assume, with the
Levy doesn't have the control anymore.
Tavistock doesn't feel like
he's a baller, bro, just like Brian Hill.
Dietrich. I love you, Dietrich.
Josh, finish.
So I was saying, although the rumours are that Newcastle put that bid in, I don't see it happening. It won't happen.
No, who's not going to Newcastle?
The problem with Newcastle having this amount of money that they have behind him is if they do put a bid in for, if they have put a bid in for Vlahovic, it starts a bidding war. You're then going to have to bid in the excess of 100 million.
No,
euros.
you don't.
No, you do.
No, you don't.
It depends on where Holland goes.
No, the club cannot sell a player to Newcastle because they put in more money. It's all about the player agreeing to terms. If the player won't agree to terms, Newcastle, that 100 is done.
No, but
if they want 80 and the club
accept the offer, the club needs to accept the offer.
Right, but I'm saying is if the club can't sell him off, then
these Italian clubs
they lose them for free in the summer.
If he refuses to go to Newcastle, no matter if
next
Newcastle
summer
bid 300 million pounds, but then Spurs
this summer
bid 70 million and he's
refused the contract
wants to go,
today.
they're more likely to take him.
Tell you what,
yeah,
because
these Italian
if we don't
clubs
get him
can't
in
afford to
January,
leave
we're
money
not
on the
getting him
table.
in summer.
Yeah,
I know that much.
Yep.
Yeah,
January is the window for us to get him.
January is the window. I agree.
If you don't get him in January, he will go to Man United in the summer, and I can tell you that for a fact because Ronaldo.
You don't think Holland? You don't think they're going to get Holland?
No, Holland's going to go.
Holland's going to he's going to City. That's where he's going.
No, he's going to City. Holland's going to City. 100%.
It's a done deal. It's a done deal.
I know, and so everyone
honestly, guys, I don't see any.
Is going to City is losing their mind.
I don't see any blockbuster deals going to any of the leagues other than the Premier League. None of these clubs have any money.
No. We are going to pump money. We're going to spend money in January.
No. What I said was,
then we better spend all of it on Vlahovic.
What I said was I don't see any of these big players, these big deals, going to other leagues. I don't see Real Madrid or Bayern or any of the other foreign clubs stumping up the money for £100 million transfer or €100 million transfer at all. It's just not happening. These clubs can't afford it. Like, honestly, the Premier League has run of the market for at least the next 2 windows, because the Italian clubs and the
With the
Spanish
money that
clubs
we've got saved up,
especially
yeah.
are completely in financial turmoil top to bottom.
COVID has decimated them. Yeah.
Here's the thing, guys. Take a look at, guys. Where we at? Games at hand in January. When as all the reports, when Conte's meeting with Paratici and Levy, when we play our games at hand, we technically are ahead of Arsenal in 4th. Levy cares about one thing, that's getting back into Champions League. Yeah. So for those who say he's not going to spend January, he will, because he knows that he needs to give Conte whatever he needs to get this club to qualify for Champions League. Because that's what he does care about, Champions League money. Especially when they started new negotiations. That's what Levy sees, dollar signs. And he's like, I need to get to the Champions League.
That's his aim.
Meaning,
but
I want to spend in January, so I can help Conte to get into Champions League. And that's why Levy will spend in January, because he wants Champions League.
I want to hear what the school cop has to say about it. The guy's sitting in there in the middle, just looking like a school cop.
Was that
me?
No, Cody Matt.
Oh, I was like, shit. I'm not a cop. Don't ever think that.
I was gonna be like, shit. I've been fucking busted.
Last time I was in London, some kids thought I was a cop. I told them it wasn't 21 Jump Street.
By that same thinking, though, Mari, he should be here now, right? We should have bought him in the summer. We needed a striker. We should have bought him in the summer.
I like that.
I tried to tell everyone.
Are those any good?
I know that Reddit doesn't matter, but I tried to tell people on Reddit that we needed Sadio Mane whenever he became available. I believe from RB Salzburg, and he had destroyed. They had played Bayern Munich in a preseason friendly, and of course preseason friendlies. I know that they're not that big of a metric, but he made Bayern Munich look like mugs. And I was on there and I was like, yo, we need this guy. He's going for, it was either cheap or free. I forget. He wouldn't renew his contract. I don't remember if he went on a free or if he left for just very little, but I was telling everyone, and everyone was like, oh, he's not ready. And he goes to Liverpool and of course delivers like right away. And I'm sure everyone has a player like that.
But I mean, remember, Colin, he actually came and did a tour of our training ground before going to Liverpool.
That's hilarious because I don't remember that, but that's hilarious and doesn't surprise me. It makes me think of Harry Redknapp really hard.
Poch wanted him.
Man, that's a bummer.
Did we get Clinton instead or something?
Clinton and G. I'd rather have Chadley. I'd rather have Chadley twice.
The Doku, the Kudu.
Bring back Chadley right now. He'd score off the bench.
All right, but there's a lot of us. Actually, we got to end this one right at about 2 hours today. I promised my kids I would watch a movie with them tonight.
That's adorable. Go watch a movie with your kids, bro. I gotta go too. So hey,
we got 20 minutes left. So,
okay,
I mean, you don't have to jump off right now if you don't want to.
Okay.
But if you want to go, you can go. I mean,
20 minutes is doable.
But I do want to do player ratings, right? So that's going to take a while. That's why I'm interrupting 20 minutes in advance, because with this group,
I'm going to reduce the time. I need to go to bed, so I will see you all later on. It is 25 past 3 in the morning, so I'll see you later on.
Sounds good.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks for coming on, Josh. Appreciate it.
Yes, buddy. Thank you very much. In a bit.
I also need to bounce as well. It's been wonderful chatting with you.
It now if you want to.
No, I'm sorry. It's been awesome chatting with you guys as usual.
I'm playing. Jason. But player rating wise, looking at what we got here, I mean, Hugo, what do you think? Hugo looked good today, I thought.
He was very good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
made
noticing
a couple
about
good key saves.
You know what I'm noticing about Hugo? He is sweeping like crazy again.
Yes. I noticed that today. We were saying that today. It's like the old Hugo Lloris, isn't it?
It's not the first game either. I think it started in the Brentford game, and it's changed the way that we control possession. It really has, because we're keeping a higher line, and he's just so much more aggressive, and it's on set pieces, everything. I think he's focused again.
Yeah. It's like he's rolled back the years, hasn't he?
Yeah, and his shot stopping is still fucking amazing. He kept us in the game early.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah.
So what do you guys give him? I'm gonna give him an 8. What do you think, Codes?
Yeah.
I think a 7.1.
8 for me.
Yeah, me.
Jason, are you still there?
I'm here. I'll go with an 8. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with an 8.
I was just gonna say,
he had a good game.
Jason, you would have loved it in the stadium today, mate.
Oh, dude, I'd love to go there one
Love
day.
it in the stadium every day. Well, who wouldn't love it in the stadium?
No, not every day. Trust me, not every time.
The
Today, you would have loved
atmosphere,
it.
you
All
could tell
fans
the
loved it.
atmosphere in there was better.
Oh, it was.
Oh,
much
trust
better
me,
today.
I used to go when we were like Jerry Francis was our boss. I've seen some stinky fucking games
Yeah.
of football. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I can imagine. I remember the Jerry Francis days. Jesus.
Mr.
Try
Mark
to forget them.
or Scott?
I was gonna say 8, but I'm going with 9. I thought he made that Trent save, as mentioned in there, was
Yeah.
really important, and then there was a save on Salah as well, where
Yeah.
Salah was open, and I think those two.
4 saves today.
If that goes in, either one of those games could really, obviously any goal that goes in, but I think those are 2 really big saves. So I'll give him
Can
a
we-
9. He's impressive.
Can we go halves? Can we go half ratings?
Yeah, you can do it.
I'll go
Cody
eight-
gave
I'll
him a
go 8.5
7.1.
I'll go 8.5 today.
Cody gave him a 7.1.
So
Um,
you can give an 8.9 if you want.
What about 8.725?
Yeah, Bryce
Nailed
put this in there earlier. Brian Hill was so good, so scored. Didn't give him a number. That's true. Did he need? Is he dead? Or is
Can
he
I just
still-
ask, can I just ask you a quick question, right, before we go next? Do you think Brian Hill is going to be phased out because of the way
Yes,
Conte wants to play?
He won't play.
I think he'll probably go on loan. I think they might give him a loan.
I think they
Well, I mean-
send him on loan, and maybe that team that loans him buys him.
You know me. I don't like saying I told you
Do you know
so.
what? I would love him. I love him to go to a Premier League team to play that week in week
Exactly.
out.
I'm thinking
That's what
same
he
thing.
needs.
Yeah.
Or we could sell him to Newcastle for 15 million. Or 30 million, or however much we
I'd
pay
loan
for
I
him
him.
to
don't
Brighton
know.
or
I
someone
wouldn't
like
loan
that.
him.
Yeah.
Because there's talent there, but it's
Yeah,
just
definitely.
he needs to.
Wow.
Needs to.
Do we know there? We think there's talent there.
He
There's
needs to
a
play
reason-
week in,
there's a
week
reason
out.
Why there's a lot
Hold
of
on,
teams.
to keep this on track, who's the next player we're scoring there, Will?
Sessegnon.
Ooh.
There
He
you
was
go.
my man of the match. So
Or Sessegnon.
I'll give him my score. I'm giving him a 9. I already sung the song. Locked up, they won't let me out. That was Salah's song today.
I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8 today. I thought he was very good.
He was my man of the match too, so I'll give him a 9. I thought he was really
Why are
good.
they giving him second lowest score in the whole team?
Yeah, I was confused by that because everybody was Session. I thought he was. I was watching before I come and show a 2-minute video of this guy on Twitter made of today's game. Session was just.
I mean,
boss, man.
Salah went missing, and then Sessegnon found him in his back pocket. So I mean, he's
Yeah.
just...
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Listen, let's be fair. They were really going down Sadio Mane's side quite a bit, which is why Emerson was so caught up playing defense that he couldn't use his brain on offense when he had a chance
He
to.
doesn't
I'll
have
send,
a
I'll send you the
offensive
clip.
brain.
It was a great 2-minute video of what the whole game. Session was just everywhere, and those times when they do it with
I'll
Salah,
give him an 8.
Yeah, same.
yeah,
Yeah, they do
the
grade
whole
on
world.
stats. That's the point, right? That's the point. You grade
we are
on
grading. We are
stats.
partially grading on what we expect the player to actually contribute, right? So
Yeah.
this is 6.3 would be very harsh, I think. But,
Yeah, I don't think it's a 6.3. I would say like a 7, but like a 9. I don't know about that.
I think 7.5 is about as high as I would
Yeah.
go. You have to be fair.
I mean, that's just me.
He was
Yes.
he was my man of the match.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I thought he was pretty poor going
statistically, but
forward.
There's also an eye test as well. I mean,
Yeah, but sometimes the eye tests can be deceiving, though. That's what I'm saying,
well,
right? If we're talking,
so can stats, really.
Yes.
Yeah, so can yeah.
yes,
That's why, for me, it's a mixture of both. But I mean, either way, like whatever
Right.
makes the world.
Right,
go
which is
round.
why I
For
give
me,
him a
it's an
7.
8. Right,
Emerson
just-
higher than Session. I'm like, I'm looking at this. I'm like,
Because I mean, he was 50. He was 50% in his ground duels, right? Means he got burnt as many times as he didn't. His passing accuracy was pretty low.
You're talking about a player that we literally just expected nothing from. So it's not hard to like get carried away when he puts in like.
Yeah, but I thought he had a good game.
He did. He
had a good game. Yeah,
he was very good.
Good games, and
he just his crossing let him down at times. I think a little bit.
Yeah, he's not as good on the ball as Reguilon is. That's for sure.
I agree with Danny though. I think Sessegnon's ceiling is higher than Reguilon's.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, he will be if Conte coaches him the way that
you guys are acting like Reguilon's 28 years old or something. He's 23, 24 years old.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, I think that Sessegnon could be a better player overall because Reguilon is a bit light as well, and he's not as aggressive. Sessegnon showed aggressiveness today. Like he was aggressive, and
the white guys don't start filling out to like 25 though.
I agree when you say could be, Danny. It's when you say will be that I'm not sure about that.
Yeah,
I think
could be. I might give it could
be.
Will be.
His ceiling's definitely better. I think if, like I said, there's a lot of ifs in this, right? If he stays injury free and if he gets his head down and Conte can get into him to coach him, if you look at the way every manager we've had has spoken about Sessegnon, they all say the guy has got talent, he's got ability, because they can see what he's about and they can see if he has the confidence, right? He bulks up a little bit more, he gets a bit faster, and he starts getting better crossing. I'm telling you, he's going to be a better defensively and better offensively as well. I honestly believe that.
No, I second that.
All right, next guy, Mr. Ben Davies.
I would say 6.5.
Yeah, six and a half.
It was pretty average from Davies. I will say this about Davies though. Of all the players in our first team, our whole squad, he is one of the most intelligent players. He is doing more with less physical attributes and gifts than most of our players who have the God-given talent and physique are doing. He's I still think we need to upgrade him.
Yeah, I agree.
But
it's about as ugly as you can get too.
He might get that testimonial. You know what? Like Ben Davies, one thing I noticed today, he was talking to the refs a lot. He was. Yeah. And I think honestly, that's part of what we should be looking at when we're purchasing players, is players who tested well and are intelligent and can show the ability to adapt. How crazy is it that at Davies' age, he's going through like a legitimate like renaissance right now, and it's the best.
I don't think it's a renaissance though.
Is it the best we've seen him play?
I think it's one of the best we've seen him play. Yeah, I think the best that I've ever seen him play.
I think people are getting excited because in the particular position that he's playing, especially when we're playing, not so much today. You didn't see him getting forward near as much today in the 3-5-2 as you did in the 3-4-3, right? Because we're actually kind of playing like a lopsided 4-4-2. Where he pushes us up high. He did have that one instance where he was up in there after a set piece, but if we go to a 3-5-2, you won't see Ben Davies getting up in the box having shots, right? And I think people are getting excited on that rather than actually look, because he was at fault for that first goal today. Right. So
I'm going to change my score. I'm going to give him a 6.
Yeah, I'll give him a 5. I think he's great to have as a sub. You can bring him in, and if you need him for one game, he can come in, he can do a job. He's not going to do much, but he's just so limited.
Do we really want to keep him at the club for over 10 years? Though?
I'm going to score him on the game today because that's what we're talking about, and I'm going to give him a 6.
Yeah, that's what I say here.
And Bryce...
Whether we keep him or not.
If you want to ride the mute button when you're not talking, that'd be great. When you have something to say, just pop up because your voice will overcome the background noise. But when you're not talking, it sounds like you're running a vacuum cleaner. There you go. Great. Cool. Go ahead. Sorry, Jason.
I was just saying, I'm going to rate him on today's game and not about if we're getting rid of him or any ceilings or futures. Like, for me, it's a 6.
Yeah.
6, yeah.
I think all three were.
Say what, Shane?
You are
no, go ahead. You said what?
I think all three were at fault for the first goal.
Yeah, but I mean, Ben Davies again getting those crosses coming over his head and not like he's horrible in the air. Like I've never seen anybody who play in the back line is as horrible in the air as Ben Davies.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Ben Davies was probably 5.5, 6.
Yeah, 6 for me.
Yeah, 6 for me.
5.7.
5.75.
Will, did you watch the Sky Sports feed? Did you hear the commentary when Davies busted through and had that chance?
But well, here in the U.S., they said he should have taken a shot himself instead of playing it.
Yes, they did. But while it was happening, the commentary that I was listening to, the guy was like, he couldn't help it. He was laughing at like the shock of where Ben Davies was on the pitch, and he was like, "It's Ben Davies!" Like,
yeah. But I mean, you notice though that he wasn't pushing up near as much in this 3-5-2 as he is in the 3-4-3 because it's a different deal.
Opponent as well.
Yeah. But Mr. Dyer, Mr. Moon Boots.
I think he's earned his England call up.
I'd give Dyer a 6.
I think it's more an indictment of the state of English center backs than Dyer being excellent at football, but he's having one of his best seasons at the club.
Yeah, no, he's been good. I've been consistent this year. So
I might give him a 7.5, 7.5.
Yeah, I give him a 7, 7.5.
Yeah, that's what I'd give him, 7.5.
6.5.
I'm gonna go 7.9 recurring.
Infinitely recurring.
100%.
And then, what about Mr. Sanchez, the dirty Sanchez?
6.92.
I'm gonna give him a 7.
6.
I thought Sanchez did all right today.
5.5.
He's
6.5.
He's a 7 for me. I don't.
That tackle though in the box saved
that did
Yeah.
right. Okay, for that I'll give him a 7 because that was last minute as well. Like,
yeah,
towards the end of Salah would have got that ball if he didn't stop that.
He can.
Sanchez
He does pull off the odd tackle. Yeah, but that's what fucking annoys me about him.
But
he can
in a
defend
4
like
he's
that,
garbage.
and then
in a
every now and
3
again he turns into a fucking young gazelle who doesn't know how his legs work.
But
You know
Yeah,
what I
well,
mean? It's like,
he did that today. He did it today where he did the step over in the box and Mane got the ball off him when he tried to do a step
I know.
over in the box.
That was dumb.
I mean, what the fuck?
But this is my point, and it just kind of goes to what Cody was saying earlier, right? If we have Sanchez and Davies as backups for Romero and someone else on the left, I think we got a good back line.
we got a good.
We got
squad,
more
yeah.
depth than Liverpool does back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, are those players that really push the players in that position? No, but if somebody gets hurt or we COVID or something like that, and we need to pop somebody in, at least we know they can do a job. You know what I mean? A decent job. I mean, at least we're not relying on 18-year-old boys to come in and play for 60 minutes.
I'm going to give Emerson a 6 because he can't cross to save his fucking life.
I'm giving Emerson a 6, 5.5, 6.
Yeah, 6 for me as well. It wasn't a great game from him today.
I'm just
Emerson a 5.
5.5.
I agree with Scott. 5.
Yeah.
It's just clumsy on the ball.
Is Dietrich's head exploding in the comments? He loves Emerson.
Mane was kind of eating the right side up, and I don't know if it
Yeah,
was
he was.
Sanchez's fault or Royal's fault or both, or just because Mane is so good, but he just constantly was behind both of them.
Well, we can see who got their
It was
shoes
definitely
handed to him.
Royal's fault, I think.
David Sanchez only got his shoes handed to him once. Royale got his shoes handed to him 3 times. So neither of them really got their shoes handed to him, to be honest with you.
But I just mean like he was behind them, and the ball just went right past him. So I don't know, not in like the one-on-one.
Might have
situation.
been Tanguy who was supposed to fill in. Yeah, it was Tanguy who got his his balls handed to him.
Yeah, that's because he kept losing the ball every time he tried to do a fucking step over. Idiot.
But Harry Winks did it too. He gave away a ball. That was the only thing. Harry Winks, I thought, had it. We'll get to him later. But Emerson Royal 5. Cody, did you get a score for Emerson?
I know Cody's score 5.7.
Yeah, no, like 6.5. You know what? He got the red card against Robertson. Took the hit, so he's got to get some credit for that. But his crossing, him and Doherty just need to go on the training pitch and just learn how to cross from someone who knows what they're doing. Like, even if we hire Eriksson just to come back, oh, wait a minute, no, he's no good either. So no, Emerson today was a step in the wrong direction.
It's the same thing we've been seeing all year, to be honest with you, on the offensive side of the game. But all right, we'll go with the next one. Tanguy and Ndombele.
Worst player on the pitch for me today.
Not the worst player on the pitch.
I think so.
The second half, definitely the worst player on the pitch.
He had one good thing the whole game, and that was the assist. Other than that, he was fucking dreadful.
He had a couple through balls in that were pretty decent.
No,
his passing,
dreadful. One key pass, that was it.
One key pass.
He was dreadful, Will. Honestly, what I saw today, everyone around me was getting
he didn't lose the ball as much as Harry Winks did.
Yeah, but Harry Winks did a lot more to actually impact the game than he did. Every single time he lost it in dangerous positions and nearly cost us. And it was lucky that we
didn't do much at all.
Get punished. He
30
didn't
touches.
do fuck all. He did fucking nothing.
I think maybe it's the
16
case
passes.
that the TV made him not look as crap as he obviously was.
Yeah, that's
honestly, he was awful. He did. He was the only one. He was also the only one who, the amount of times that people were like pressing and stuff, he was the one who just wasn't getting tied up to his man, and the usual, the laziness from Ndombele. It was that usual kind of laziness and trying to do a little step over here and there, and Liverpool were just too smart every single time to just know exactly what he was going to do. And they
6.5 for me.
I'll defer
5.
to what Danny said. I'll give him a 5.5.
5
I'll
for
give
me.
him
5.5.
mainly because of that pass, and I don't think Winks or Ali could make that pass. So he gets probably too much credit for it, but I'll give him a 6.
But this is the type of pass that he should be making on a regular basis. He's got the ability to do it, but he doesn't do it. So for me, yeah, I'll say 5.5 just for that pass. I'll give him an extra half for that pass. But other than that, he was dreadful.
Mr. Harry Winks.
Harry Winks for me, 9. He was my man in the match. He was brilliant. The stuff that he did today, I haven't seen Winks do for donkeys.
He still gives the ball away. Look, okay, so in this zone here, if you're looking at this spot right here, he gave the ball away. He gives the ball away. He gave the ball away 16 times. Okay, and 13 of those were passes. Okay.
But you know what it was, Will?
That was right here, though. Every time he gave the ball away was right here. You can't give the ball away right there.
But Will, let me just say something, right? What I saw today from Winks was aggressiveness. I saw his passion. He wanted to play well. He wanted to fight. I saw him playing forward balls, which is unheard of from Winks, right? And he played very good forward balls. If you look at the highlights, right, even on Match a Day, you can see him looking around before he does the pass. So he's already looking to see where someone's going to play, where they're going to run, and he's playing that ball perfectly. He maybe had he did have a couple of misplaced passes, right? And the one to Son where he scored the goal, even that was a little bit too much, but we're lucky the kind of keeper fucked up there. But his intentions today was what you want to see from Harry Winks, and that's what I am.
There were
man of the match,
2 to 3 passes that were blocked. And I kid you not, if they weren't blocked, would have been perfect on the counter. And I've never seen that in forever from Harry Winks.
He took risk. He took
risk. And that's what we want to see. And that's why everybody's just like, oh man, this guy's playing with some big dick energy today. Like he literally with like confidence. Like, and the defender, I forgot who it was, blocked him twice. And I was, oh, that would have been perfect. But I was so proud of him because you don't ever see that because he always goes backward. And so I also gave him a 9 because he was interceptions, going
everything.
forward, like it was everything. I was just like, who the hell is this?
Yeah,
watching?
exactly.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, it may be a one game flash in the pan, okay, but I mean, I'm gonna give him props because I've hated him a lot, but he gets a 9.
For today, he gets a 9.
I said he was my man in the match, so I'm giving him a 9.
Yeah, and me.
I'm gonna give him like a 7.5, 8.
I'm gonna. I'll say, Danny, everything you say, I somewhat agree with. Like you said, the intentions was there, and my concern is the intentions was all there, but he wasn't able to have the product, right? And I just wonder. Like, I think you're right. He was trying to do the right things that we haven't seen from him, but I just don't think he's capable of doing.
Well, I think he
those
did.
things. That's what I'm kind of concerned.
If you saw the balls that he played through today, right? If you watch what he did with the
no, it was good balls.
He did. He played some fantastic balls
But
forward.
but that's his job.
He could have got. Listen, but he could. What I'm saying is, Will, you have to. We're not talking about Winks yesterday. I'm one of the worst Winks haters there is, right?
But when I give ratings, hold on. When I give ratings on what that player should be doing in that position, not what they have been doing based on the fact that they've been shit for 2 years.
You have
right?
to give him a rating based on what he did today on the pitch. And
right. That's what I mean.
It was a man of the match performance for me.
I give him a rating based on his performance today and what a person who's playing his position should be doing. Right. So like a 75-8 means that he was above average. Right. I didn't think that he was great. Now, I think the 9s are coming from the fact that he's been such dog shit for so long. When you see him do well, it's kind of like it gives it an extra bit of glisten.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when you haven't seen your girlfriend in 6 months. You know that.
Yeah, I get. You know what? I do get that, and I completely do agree to it with an extent. To an extent, sorry.
I'm still giving him
but
a 9.
I do feel that just today, right? If we scored 2 of the chances that he created, he would have had 2 assists today, and then you'd be giving him even higher rating. So I think if the ball goes in the back of the net from the chances that he created, it would be an even better performance from him. But for me, I'm just basing it just that like Harry Winks was a different player today. He was complete different gravy today from what we've seen for the last.
Yeah, but he did play as number 6, by the way. For people that don't know, he does the heat map. Some people were saying he plays forward player earlier today. But
I think it was flash and pan. It flash in the pan. I'd probably give him a 7.5 to 8.
Yeah, 7.5, 8 for me.
You know, SofaScore got it pretty much correct with 7.7.
He was man of the match on SofaScore, though, by the way. So that's But yeah, for me, 7.5, 8. I thought he was good today. He just gave the ball away too many times. That could have cost. We could have lost, though we could have scored more goals with the balls that that didn't get converted. Right, the balls in that he provided the creativity for those chances that we had. We could have ended up losing 2 or 3 goals as well from the balls that he gave away right here. You cannot give balls away there. Where that big red spot is, where he spent most of his time. You give a ball away there, especially passing it through the middle across the center circle. That's very dangerous, right? If you're going to play the 6, you can't give the ball away. You got to be 80-90% accurate like Højbjerg, right? May not be as creative.
But
got to be accurate.
I would rather he gave away 1 or 2 more balls trying to pass forward than fucking then get 80% passing backwards all game.
Exactly.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
And that's the way I like
13 is too much, though.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying he made a step in the right direction. A big step for me.
Yeah.
He doesn't take the ball on the half turn. He takes the ball with his back to goal.
That's
when
true.
When he does take the ball on the half turn is when he makes those key passes.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's got to learn to take the ball on the half turn, look up, and then pass instead of just passing sideways and backwards like he has been doing for the past 2 years.
Yeah,
which is what I think Kante's gonna.
Yeah, Conte, he could, maybe I don't know about Conte type player, but yeah, he's got to become to a Conte level for me to be comfortable with him sitting there. But Mr. Goldilocks himself, Dele Ali. Just don't think you understand.
I think I'll give Winks an 8.
Oh, did you not give a wink score?
No, he didn't.
You gotta jump in there, Cody. You're supposed to go after me.
I just jumped in right now.
Dele Ali, I'm gonna give a 7.
Yeah, same.
I'm going to stick with the score that's there, 6.5.
6.5. 6.5 fair.
Because he should have fucking scored.
Yeah, he should
have. Yeah. I think, I'm serious. I'm not joking. It still hurts. I think I broke my nose.
Oh, did you smack
when he
yourself
missed
in the face?
Yeah, I was like, oh, like I'm watching the game and I face palmed so hard after that. I'm not even joking. I think I broke my nose. Like like this bone right at the edge, the tip of it.
I think
still
my neighbours must think I'm abusive because, like, obviously I live in Canada, and I'm sitting here, and, like, my kids aren't even in the room, and I'm like,
"You dumb mother!"
No, cunt was getting used a lot. You know what I mean? I was just ripping it. You know? So that's fucking stupid. I was just going to town.
Yeah. I definitely screamed. I was like, "What?"
Right? I know. I get raw when I watch football. Like, there's no
same.
filter. Like, I don't care where I am. I got no filter when I'm watching a game of football.
Same here.
At all.
All right, Dele.
2:30 in the morning here, so I had to be quiet. So I couldn't cheer loud. I couldn't yell at the screen. It was just terrible. And Dele, I would say 6.5 is probably accurate. He had flashes of brilliance.
Yeah.
But damn, he missed a lot. Missed a lot out of the whole game.
We got to move a little bit quicker because we got 10 minutes left.
I give Dele a 5. I just think that he looked
cutthroat.
And I didn't say Winks, sorry, but I was giving Winks a 6. So
Winks a 6. Holy crap! Cutthroat Scott.
Wow.
Scotty's cutthroat.
Calling it as he sees it.
That's fine. I got no problem with that.
I'll give Dele Ali the same score, 6.5.
Did you rate Dele, Cody?
I'll give him a 6, but I will say there was a certain swagger to the way that he played that we haven't seen in a while. He pulled off a couple of moves, and honestly, the way Dele Ali has been playing, that's more than he's been doing in the games that he's had opportunities. If he makes one move, he's like already overperforming what he's been doing. So the bar is low, but today was at least a glimmer.
I agree.
Carries on and it ups his price.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Heung-min Son.
I'm going to stick with that score.
Yeah,
Really?
same here.
I'm going to give him an 8.
He was awful today, man. Apart from the goal, his touch was awful. He could have done so much better. He just wasn't at the races today.
Which touch?
His first touch was shocking today. All of his first touch.
Oh, like in the midfield.
No, the whole game. The whole game. His first.
He
touch
missed
was
the guy.
awful.
He missed the guy on the flanks before Kane scored. There was a chance on the counter where he took too many touches. He could have passed it off. I don't know if it was Sessignon.
Yeah, got hung up under his feet.
Yeah. And it was just like, oh, come on, Song. And then,
but he didn't have control. I'd be a little different if he had control, right? He was trying to turn.
He was bringing it up, and I was just like, all right, is he gonna pass it? I was like, pass it, and he just took too many dribbles. I was just like, come on, bro. Now you guys convinced me with the Kane pass. It could have been better.
Both of them should have been better.
But I'm
gonna have to watch it because I from what I remember, like what Danny was saying, he watched it back. You have to rewatch it again because I only watched it that one time, and then the replays that they had on TV. So it was like 3 or 4 times I saw it. He had the defender was a half step behind him, so there's no reason why you can't do a curling daisy cutter. On the ground, one of those where
It's because of the way
the Son had his defender beat.
Yeah, he did, but it was the way that the way the
2-3
defender was
yards
coming in, who was next to Kane, and if Kane put a ball in on the floor, he would have intercepted it. That's why he did it the way he did it. I thought, like I said, he should have done it along the floor because it would have been a goal.
The second one should have been on the floor for sure. I mean, Son had to lunge at it. The angle was wrong. He had to dive and slide to try to get even a piece on it.
Just to speed things up, I'm going to give both Son and Kane a 7.
7s and 7s.
I'm giving Son a 7. I thought like you said, the touch wasn't great, but I thought some of his runs were pretty.
Yeah, his runs
good,
were
they opened
amazing.
things up, so.
Yeah, they did.
But he did. He should have had
ball.
that first goal, but.
Should have had that first goal. Some probably should have had 2 goals at least, I think, today. Maybe even 3. If I wanted to be really picky. But yeah, he still only missed 2 big chances. So 3 if I'm being really picky.
I'm the same as Jason. I think Son and Kane both 7s.
Didn't really get any crosses. Ground duels, not horrible. There weren't a lot there.
I'm gonna keep
Gave
the
the ball
scores
a little
exactly as
bit.
they are. 8.8 for Son, 7.4 for Kane.
I'm gonna give 8 for Son, and I'm gonna give a 7.5 for Kane.
7.5 for Kane.
I'll give Kane an 8.
Harry Kane should have had a hat trick today. Like his big chances missed were big freaking chances missed.
Yeah. That's what Harry Kane does in the big games.
I mean, it was
especially against Liverpool. He loves missing big chances against Liverpool all the fucking time.
That header should have gone in.
Yep. Just
header
like
should have gone in.
He should have.
That one-on-one with the one-on-one with Allison should have been a goal. Those 2. I mean, the header. He would literally. You couldn't miss that. I don't know why why his head was doing this. Like all you had to do was just smash your face into it, and it's in the back of the net. You're that close. I mean, you're on the goal line.
He did the same thing last season.
Him, you're not going to smash your face into a ball.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. If I smash my hand into my face when Deli misses one, I'm going to smash my head into the ball whenever I'm trying to score a goal. He's ugly anyway. He's ugly anyway.
Whoa, chill. No.
Can't make that face any more uglier.
No, chill out, Will. Chill out. Don't disrespect the king of the lane.
The dude looks like he got hit in the face from the ugly tree. Like the doctor slapped him in the face instead of his ass by mistake when he was born. I mean, he's not a handsome dude.
He fell through the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way.
Not every branch, just one.
No, every fucking branch.
No, just one.
Oh yeah, every branch.
Just one.
No, all of them.
He's not that ugly.
Let's have some standards, Will. Keep it consistent.
Well, I'm not gonna dick him out if I think he's not. I don't think he's attractive, but I'm not gonna say he's like Beauty and the Beast or anything like that. I mean, he's not as good looking as Harry Winks, but he's a lot better player than Harry Winks. So, not that Harry Winks is that good looking.
How many meters did he cover? Or how many yards?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me on SofaScore. I'd have to look up on FB Ref maybe. But that's Cody's website. Maybe Cody can let us know. Ground duels wise, I mean, he's passing not very good. Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep searching at those shit stats. Keep searching, please.
What do you mean?
Like every time with Harry Kane, you always look like the details.
I gave him a 7.5, dude.
No, it's a 10.
What do you want from me? I gave him a 7.5. What do you want from me? He didn't. Okay, Son got
sorry,
the.
I can't give him more than 7 because he should have scored minimum 2 goals
2.
today.
Yeah,
minimum of 2. 3
minimum.
should have been in. He should have had a hat trick. We could have had that Kane Prim tracker up to 4 goals. Dietrich, you should be upset.
No,
you should be upset that now you still for another week.
Wasn't the
have to
header
look
after
at?
the?
No, actually, the header. No, actually, the header was.
The header was after.
No, it was after. So that's
So he
not
wouldn't
an
have
easy
had both.
chance.
I'm not
Actually,
saying
that
it's
We're talking
easy,
about-
but
it's
he's
still
a
easy.
world-class
No, that was
striker.
easy.
No,
that
that
should have
wasn't
gone
his-
in the net.
No, that was
No, stop. The cross that bounced off of Davies' head as that ball comes across, the ball itself is below the post as it's coming across goal.
Yeah, but if
Harry
you look
Kane edited over the post. He went like this.
Yeah, but
you don't
if
do
look,
that. When you're that close to the goal, you just head down.
Yeah, but if you look at his
you head
body,
down, not like this.
If you look at his body, it wasn't positioned right. So that's
Yes,
why. That's why. Yeah, but
Whose fault is that?
No, because he was
You
running at
can't
the
say
net.
he's a world-class striker, then not criticise him for not being a world-class striker.
If you're still, I mean,
he underperformed.
His head. I'm maybe 2 feet from my camera. That's how far he was from the goal. He wasn't even a yard off from the goal. The
And
ball
I'm not
was crossed,
saying he was
coming across goal, lower than the top post, and he headed it over when all he had to do was just head it. Lucas Moura scores that goal.
Oh,
Yeah, but that dude can head a ball
in the
though.
air. Yeah, he's a
Like,
header, dude. Moura's a header in the mouth.
how many
Header
goals
and a
does
half.
he have?
Kane missed the sit.
Well, it's 'cause he doesn't get in the box
last
a lot.
season at Anfield. Remember?
Yes, at Anfield. He did it during Zagreb too.
Yep.
I almost
Zagreb. I remember that one.
But anyway,
That's where Kane needs to be clinical in the biggest moments.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's been a long time since he hasn't scored with a header. It's been a long time.
Dietrich, I don't know about you, but did you get trolled by the guys in Canada from the announcers? Because one was like, "This is the first time since May of 20."
No, honestly,
Harry Kane has scored.
No, well, honestly, I don't listen to them. Honestly, 'cause I just don't.
I love that stat though. It's the first time the Harry Kane scored at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium since May of the 2020-21
No,
season.
but like the announcers, they just piss me off in general. Like even the red card incident, they just every time they have to find a word just to criticize Spurs every time. So that's why I don't like to listen. That's why I
could
don't
have been a red card if the situations were different.
Yeah, but like you're just gonna focus on the red card, like focus on the.
I mean, it was a yellow card. It was a good yellow. I think the ref gave a good yellow. I don't think it was. I think a ref could have given a red, and people probably wouldn't have complained about it too much.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a little bit weak. I mean, because Kane was already sliding on the ground as the guy came up to play the ball, right? So
if that was a first or a second year player, he would have been sent off.
not that early in the game, I don't think.
I think if that was Robertson on Kane, Spurs fans would be livid that he wasn't sent off.
Yeah, I personally think like that was borderline him getting sent off for me. But
anyway, folks,
need to remember the one that Robertson didn't get sent off last season when he two-footed someone, one of the Spurs players. It was Tanganga, yeah, it was.
Oh yeah,
and he didn't get red carded for that. So Karma's a bitch.
But we've got the next matchup. Are we playing West Ham or?
Yep.
Yeah, we're playing West Ham
on Thursday, and then we got a bunch of games in hand.
We have Crystal Palace after.
Do you know what? I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I can't stand fucking Jurgen Klopp and his little fucking moaning like a little bitch, like he always does. Little fucking baby when things don't go his way. It pisses me off.
You mean
Jurgen Karen? We start calling him Jurgen Karen.
He should have a second yellow.
Yeah, he should have had. Yeah,
should have gotten a second yellow. Yeah.
Oh, did you hear what he said to the ref
in his press conference?
Did you hear what he said to the ref when he walked up to the ref?
Yeah, I
It
don't
was
have
so
a problem.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
At some leagues, you can literally not be coaching the next game.
Then? What did he say to the ref?
He said, "I'll pull it up." He said a comment to the ref. I was just like, "Oh my goodness."
He said, "I don't have issues with ref, but I have a problem with you."
Yeah, I have a problem with you. Like
he's not a referee, basically.
Like, you get fined and suspended for the next game. Even if the game is over, you cannot talk to the ref that way.
He should have red carded him right there, like ban him for the next match.
But no, it was after the game. It was like when he
Still
walked
should have
up
red
to the-
carded him.
So I'm gonna give the toilet roll of the day to Jurgen Klopp. Instead of doing a ham roll like they do on FTV, I'm gonna do a toilet roll. So toilet roll of the day goes to Jurgen Klopp.
No, actually, you deserve it because Kane scored.
He's supposed to score. I want Harry Kane to score. My beef isn't with him scoring. I'm not getting upset when he scores. I'm getting upset when he doesn't. Okay, that's the point. I want him to score. He needs to be scoring. He should have like 8 goals already this season. He should have had 4 today. 3 today. Come on now.
Special shout out to Paul Tierney today, who was feeling in the Christmas mood and decided to give cards to everybody on the pitch today.
What do you think of Scott's peppermint, sir, Cody? Is it grinding you the whole time?
No, it's quite enjoyable.
Oh. It's Christmas decorations.
That's all right. Hey, I don't hate on people for liking Christmas.
Yes, you do.
It's not my fault if they want to be another brick in the wall.
Another brick in the wall. So we will be back Thursday night for our show. Mr. K's, if he's still in the comments, I think he is. He'll be doing his Talk to K. May be some little changes here and there going on, but I think it will still be going good for Tuesday. Mr. K, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. If it is the case that you are doing the show, and then sorry, that keeps moving down, so I had to really give it a crank. We will be back for Crystal Palace on Sunday at 10 p.m. So day after Christmas. So we'll see you guys before Christmas.
What time is it at home, by the way?
Yeah. Crystal Palace at home. West Ham's at home.
Because I can't stand those bubbles at the West Ham Stadium.
So West Ham will be a good test. I'll be looking to see that cup match. We should see if, because
he'll probably play the same team he played today, to be honest.
Probably not. I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think there's some people that if they were more fit, like Reguilon, probably start. Who else? I think Skip will probably start.
I hope he plays.
What is that?
I hope he plays Brian Messi.
Dude, that guy's not going to get into. I don't think you'll see him. I don't think you'll see him the rest of the year.
If he decides to change it, it means he's going to change the formation because the players that played today suited the formation that we played. He'll have to go back to the free up top. But whether he know he wants to do that or not, it's up to him.
Yeah, but I don't think you'll see Brian Hill for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
maybe an FA Cup match or something here and there, but that's about it.
I don't think so.
Then we should be loaning him out.
Yeah, that's what I want for him.
Yeah, but they won't because people think he's messy, and so
he needs to get first team football.
Not going to hurt him.
No, he needs first team football. Maybe even in the Championship, like a skip type of loan.
I mean, he was a first team player at the team at the club that we bought him from, which was higher than the Championship. That was my point. Right. People wondered why. I'm just saying it just seems to be a trend. Can't get into the starting 11 in the Spanish U23 team.
Ideally, he needs
the starting 11.
He needs to play first team football in the Premier League for like a Brentford or like a Brighton or a team like that. Plays attacking
hit the
football.
gym a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, and definitely that.
Yeah, Reguilon needs to hit the gym a little bit too.
Anyway, folks, about Cess, he's filled out a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he did. He hit the gym though. That's what they said. They said they got him into the gym, got him a little bit beefier. But anywho,
thanks for having me on.
Yep, thanks for coming on, Shane. Everybody else,
be up, Shane.
Stay strong. Stay Spurs.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Harry Kane is the king of the league.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which isn't a whole lot.
Again, Cody.
And we'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go now.